I don't want to set the world on fire. I
Please
just
welcome
want
Tom
to start
Dummary.
a flame in your heart.
I'm here, and your
In
white
my
privilege isn't
heart, I
going to save
have
you
but
tonight, okay, guys?
one desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim.
Any government is to monopolize as much violence as possible in order for it to inflict it on as many citizens as possible.
I've been on this like weird anarchist arc for a few months now. This is playing by their rules, exactly how they are written.
Me. I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame.
You're watching the Dog and Chicken Show. Like, share, subscribe.
That's right. It's time for the Dog and Chicken Show.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dog and Chicken Show. This is episode 189. Bang, bang. Yeah, we got some bangers tonight that I have no idea what the fuck they are, but I'm super excited. That's my intro. Bang, bang.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, and they all seem like we have a banger of a fight, and then we got some some OnlyFans chick that people probably want to bang. Like everything just seemed like it could go with bang. So I was like, bang, bang.
Okay.
No. So anyway, I am Chicken. Find me at Bark and Cluck. And of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the man that makes cowboy hats sexy again. Tony fucking G. What's up, brother?
It is I, the 15-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion, non-COPPA friendly, non-chill filtered, quadruple distilled. Find me on TikTok at Tony the Rod. And yes, episode 189 of the Dog and Chicken Show back live on a Thursday. And we have got, as Chicken said, some sexy, some serious, some scandalous, some
sexy.
I said sexy, didn't I?
I know, just keep saying it.
Oh, sexy again. Stories for you tonight. And
they're as sexy as the
bang,
folks
bang.
that are watching.
No, the folks that are watching are definitely sexier than everything we've been talking about. Absolutely. I can feel it. I feel their sexiness coursing through my veins through the power of the internet. That's what I'm feeling.
That means you guys are in for a fucking treat tonight.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm hard already.
Well, that's all we've got for you tonight. Good night, folks. Just like that.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang, indeed.
Phil will be joining.
He said that, so it's almost a guarantee he won't be.
And if he does, it'll be the last 30 minutes. But hey, stick around, folks. That means you can still make Phil drink at the end of the show. That's true. It makes it all the anticipation. Yeah. But there is one of the stories I kind of have an idea what it is. Well, I guess first we should get into drinks, huh?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. So I scored
the lead.
I scored like almost a case of Buffalo Trace this week. So
should probably drink some.
Yeah, I'm gonna start drinking some. As you can see on the shelf behind me, it's full up here. I'm restocked, and I still got 3 bottles here on my table. I can't fit on my shelf. So,
well, I just finished off a bottle of Heaven's Door store pick wine, beer, and spirits. It was long overdue. There's just a little left, so I just capped my glass off with that. And once that runs dry, I'm actually gonna probably work on a bottle of Buffalo Trace myself.
Cheers.
Yeah, ironic.
I'm swimming in Buffalo Trace, which is great. It won't last me that long, believe it or not.
Jesus. Like, man. Now we know why the buffalo are going extinct. Thanks a lot, asshole.
You will not find buffalo in South Dakota.
Bandit, if Phil is going to continue to be fashionably late, we should bank shots. Yeah, I kind of
like that idea.
I do too. I really do. That's a hot idea. I like it.
Yeah.
Walks into 15 shots. Yeah. Fill that bottle up. What do you got? About half a bottle there? Yeah, just tip it up and finish that. That's
yeah.
Sorry, pal.
I should get him one of those novelty sized shot glasses that holds a 750.
That's called like a pint glass. You just give him a pint glass.
No, like it's. Have you ever seen them? They're shaped like a shot glass, but they hold a 750.
Jesus God. Like,
you can get one with a Jaeger bomb design too, to where like you can put a 750 in the middle and pour you can pour Red Bull around the outside.
That's a good. We should have Phil do Jaeger bomb shots some night.
Oh my God, he would hate that.
Oh, he would hate it a lot. Like now, I'm just like, oh, this is a great idea. I'm gonna take a Red Bull and some little Jaeger bottles over to his house and just plant them where he won't even see them. He'll be like, "Hey, Phil,
you're like, Phil, open up your right drawer to your bar." And be like, "What?
What? Oh, fuck. Son of a bitch!" I finally got the bottle of extra dry gin out of here and on the way to Phil's house, so that's a win. So he's got another fresh bottle of gin.
That's a blessing. I was gonna say my turpentine can's probably getting
he's
low.
putting a hurting on some of that gin. He did like a quadruple shot last week, I think.
Yeah,
basically just like a whole entire Glencairn. Basically. So fucking
Glencairn out for some fun later. All right. What's our
that thing?
Yeah, yes, Daddy.
All right. So yeah. One I wasn't really planning on talking about until today. So we've got some update on last week's main topic. The big controversy surrounding whatever, I don't know. This is so stupid. This story.
No suspects.
So yeah,
it's like Jeffrey Epstein, and then they prosecuted Ghislaine Maxwell and found her guilty of child sex trafficking. Apparently, nobody.
Just sex trafficking of nobody. That's how that works.
There's no conspirators, no people that she sold them to or did anything with. She just sold kids. We don't know to who or what kids or anything
kids that you really, let's not even worry about it. It's fine. They're kids. They were kids. It's not a big deal. They're probably adults now, so it doesn't matter.
And so now in the White House, people just do coke. I
mean, look. If we're going to sit here and nitpick everything that goes on in the White House, come on. Is this not the land of the free? Come on.
In the home of the powder.
So, yes, the Secret Service ends the White House cocaine investigation with no suspects. At this time, the Secret Service's investigation is closed due to lack of physical evidence.
The most secure building in the fucking world does not have a camera?
No. That would be an invasion of privacy. And let's be frank, nobody wants to be invaded on. Secret Service briefed oversight committee members and staff about their investigation into found cocaine, which was found in an area for storing electronics that can be accessed by both White House visitors and staff. President Biden was not at the White House at the time the cocaine was found, so obviously he's innocent. And they're bringing it to a close.
That's right,
Byron Donalds, a member of the oversight committee, told reporters. Secret Service confirmed in a statement that it was closing the investigation, saying at this time the Secret Service investigation is closed due to a lack of physical evidence. Nancy Mace, another member of the oversight. Yeah, right. he partaked. He was partaking.
He's like, good thing I'm in charge of this shit.
Added that lawmakers were told investigators would not be able to find the individual responsible, and therefore it is concluded. We did have a discussion about operational security for the West Wing. What Mace added about the potential next steps. Sure. So, I mean, clearly they're obviously they failed miserably in terms of, figuring out what happened, and we should just not worry about it. These things happen, but they're going to worry a lot about the future. They're going to take steps, so this kind of thing never, ever.
You know what we need to do? You know what they need to do? Put Kamala on it. She'll get to the bottom of this. So cocaine is a Schedule 1 drug, and Schedule 1 drugs are bad, and bad things are like drugs that you shouldn't do. So when people do bad things like drugs, they get in trouble for them because they're against the law. And the law is things that you're not supposed to do because they're bad, like drugs.
Oh, did you say drugs?
Yeah.
Oh. Holy shit.
Bandit says just one camera in
drugs than
I know, right?
Like,
bitch.
They should have put Kamal on it.
Just one camera and it's attached to Hunter's laptop. Yes,
yeah.
Unfortunately,
That
and the hooker's iPhone. But
yeah, maybe it was just a hooker's. Like, who wants to put another hooker in jail? Really, they're just trying to earn a living.
Yeah, at this point, like, yeah, save the hookers. I'm down.
Save the hookers. I'm down. Chicken 2024.
Yeah, that's my campaign.
Oh, Jesus God.
I'll get Hunter to vote for me.
Wow.
Well, otherwise his baby mama goes to jail, and then he's
might
gonna have to take care of that kid.
Platform like that. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, he might have to take care of that child.
I guess let's keep it sexy. That was a horrible update.
I like sex.
Nobody expected anything to come of this anyway. This was fucking a pointless investigation. The fact that it got out into the world as a news update, that's the most mesmerizing thing to me overall, because nobody expected this thing to have anybody holding the bag at the end of the day, did they? Did they really? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Nobody did, right?
I'm just like, how long did it take before Hunter got his bag of fucking coke back? Like, that's the real question here.
Right. And that's really the most important thing.
Yeah.
I mean, withdrawals are a serious issue.
He paid good money for that shit.
Bad for
him.
Yeah. I'm sure he
don't be right. Yeah. Well, no, he used Joe's money and influence to get it.
Right. I mean, that's how I get my
big guy gets 10% though, so
10% of that baggie was Joe's.
Yeah, 10% for the big guy.
I mean, realistically,
he gets at least one line.
You get at least a bump or two, big guy. There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry. If anybody wants to do drugs, take them to the White House and just stash them around the White House, and it'll be fine. Like that's.
I figured they were gonna use it to put QAnon Shaman back in prison.
I think.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that should be a top priority.
Did you hear Ray Epps is actually going to get charged with crime now? But it's not in the news because it says Ray Epps is suing Fox News. That's the only headline you see. But like Ray Epps is actually going to be
I heard January 6th.
Yeah, no, he's being criminally charged now for his.
He should be.
Yeah, but nobody's going to talk about it. I need to refresh. My timing's off.
Well. Yeah, I heard that this morning that he is suing Fox for millions and millions of dollars, of course, in a defamation or libel or slander, because what they said was apparently not true, even though I think the entire basis of his claim is that they accused him of being a Fed. And I don't know that anybody really outright said that on the air. Maybe they did. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was just really implications of why isn't this guy being charged? There's video of him leading the charge. He's kind of the one that stirred the pot overall of getting people to breach the Capitol in the fucking first place. Why is this guy not being charged yet? Dipshit with the fucking buffalo headband is rotting away for how long?
He actually he got set free. Shaman Man set free.
Yeah, he's out now. He is free now, but the fact that he did any jail time for what? But I digress. So yeah, Ray Epps, go fuck yourself. I hope you lose your court case, and I hope you actually both of them. Yeah, both of them. Lose both of them. Bandit follows up. Well, then
wait, he had to admit to something that's on tape. Like several. There's like a 5-minute clip floating around of every fucking place he was telling people to go into the Capitol. Like, Let me see if I can find that fucking thing on Twitter. It is,
and people wonder why there's a rumor of him being a Fed. Jesus.
Yeah.
5-minute video of him giving directions.
I don't know if it's that long, but there's a lot. Ray Epps.
Well, still.
There's a lot. Got Brandon Struck, fucking huge face on my screen. Videos. Why is this weird dude smiling? There we go. Let's see.
Not in affiliation with Buffalo Trace.
So this is an old one. Oh my god, the buffering on fucking Twitter. Oh my god, I hate it.
Suing Fox. Oh god, don't even bother pulling up Twitter anymore. What the fuck, Elon?
Here's the one that
he's suing Fox for defamation. I don't see anywhere how much he's looking to get.
Well, no, nobody's gonna talk about it. So I bet Fox News just like gives him some money and sweeps it under the rug and moves on because.
Oh yeah, it'll be some little amount.
Here we go. Here's I think this is all the times Ray Epps incited violence.
I don't like to say it because I'll be arrested. Well, let's not say it. We need to go. I'll say it. All right. We need to go in to the Capitol. We are going to the Capitol where our problems are. It's that direction. Please spread the word.
Epps is met with disgust by Trump crowds time and again.
Tomorrow, we need to go into the Capitol.
This clearly had some kind of management role that day. Has not been arrested, has not been charged, or even publicly identified. What is that about? Here's some of the. So there he is, scaffold commander, commanding the crowd to.
Yeah, this isn't the video that I had seen earlier, but you get the picture. Like they have him on tape in like 8 different locations, telling people to go in. Like he's got to admit it. He's got to admit it before they press charges. Like, okay, I doubt it.
Yeah. I don't understand anybody who's trying to convince me that they understand the process of, convicting these treasonous bastards of January 6th. They're full of shit because exactly this motherfucker obviously got the result he wanted, and he's basically just been skating by unhinged. Nobody gave a shit, but we're gonna put Grandma and Buffalo Head Man in jail. Just Jesus.
Yeah, that goddamn guy had a pretty fucking stylish hat. That's why.
Aren't you so glad
son of
that
a
happened?
bitch? Can't believe you wore a fucking cool hat.
What a bastard!
To a protest.
That's really that's what I'd be guilty of. All right, let's move on because that was fucking moronic. Seriously, if he gets any goddamn money from Fox, Fox may as well close up because they're just losing on all corners this year.
Fucking
all right,
Warren.
Up next, let's talk about something sexy. Actually, I know sexy this is going to be. You what?
No, go ahead.
I think I need to refresh.
Yeah, I think you need to refresh.
No, I think I need to refresh.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, I'm going to refresh.
All right, Tony's going to refresh real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, Ray Epps, Jesus fuck. Yeah, that dude. Embarrassment. Are you refreshing, Tony? You're still on my screen. There he goes. Oh no, now I'm like a little small head on a big fucking screen. I really hope something goes on, but I have a feeling Ray Epps is going to get a settlement from Fox News. He's going to get a shit ton of money. He's going to be rich, and now he's famous. And then whatever charges he does get from January 6th are going to be like slap on the wrist, pay a fucking fine, maybe at most 30 days in jail. That motherfucker ain't going to have nothing happen to him but good shit from here on out. All right. You back?
Agreed. All right. So I haven't even read this, but it caught my eye. So let's learn about this together. This sounds so much fun, does it not? Like, it's an OnlyFans story. Those are always great.
Yes.
So, I think my whole thing is just running slow as fuck. Maybe I need to switch over to Wi-Fi. That's awesome. Husband and wife lose teaching jobs after community finds explicit OnlyFans account. Oh, if I had a nickel every time one of these stories popped up, am I right? WFLA, 2 teachers in Arizona lost their jobs after students found their OnlyFans account that had featured a video made in a classroom. Oh yes.
Fuck yes. Nice.
Oh my God. Yes, this is fantastic.
Hell yeah.
The Today's News Herald reported that middle school science teacher Samantha Peer, who made online pornography under the alias Chloe Carter with K's, mind you, that's K Chloe Carter with K's for anybody wanting to, check that out. And her husband, Dylan Peer, were former employees of the Lake Havasu Unified School District. According to the newspaper, middle school students found explicit content made on the Peers' OnlyFans account and began circulating it amongst themselves, although it was not known how the students found the content. Really?
Oh, come the fuck on. You're going to bullshit. Bullshit.
I don't understand how they could have.
How did my child...
such...
Oh my God, how did my child find this?
My baby find pornography.
And every fucking parent was like, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, get it.
They all signed up.
In a video statement made, Samantha Pierce said she and her husband began filming the explicit content because their teaching salaries were no longer enough to support their family, which is probably true. Before turning to adult content, she became an advisor for several clubs and was going to coach softball in the spring because that pays the bills. My children are the most important thing to me, and I'm already spending countless hours outside of my contract time on extra school activities. And I don't think it's fair that I have to sacrifice my own children's time because our professional salary did not pay enough, she says. Samantha Pierce said she began filming content at the beginning of the summer to pay for necessities.
Oh, so she's like, more to come, bitches.
Yeah, basically, that's just like a teaser. I chose an anonymous name as well as blocking the entire state of Arizona on OnlyFans so it wasn't accessible to anyone living in the state. Apparently, we aren't familiar with ExpressVPN. Peer admitted that she made an explicit video in a classroom and advertised it, but she said it was done after school hours on the weekend with no students present. Despite her efforts, the content eventually became public knowledge. Duh. Samantha Pierce said she herself found out the community member had raised concern about her OnlyFans content on October 24th, which led to her being placed on paid administrative leave and probation pending an investigation.
Yeah, I want to investigate it. The principal's like, I got it. I'll look into this.
I will personally handle this case. Personally. Over the weekend.
Get to the bottom of this one. Promise. It might take me a while. God. And I'm going to use taxpayer dollars to make sure we don't leave any stone unturned. I'm going to watch every video every second to find out everything that was done right and wrong here. I'll give her a fair shake. Or she'll give me one.
Yeah. How much extra is that? Former middle school teacher said she resigned on October 31st. This was last year, I see. Under pressure, according to her. She was told that only she, the superintendent, and the person who assigned to her case knew of the situation. Yeah, sure. She said she was told that she resigned before the board meeting. School district would not publicize the situation. Yet here we are reading about it. However, on November 2nd, her husband was put on paid administrative leave after the faculty said pictures of herself were being shared among teachers. He was then fired on November 4th because of his status as an at-will employee. So they basically said, we won't make this a big kerfuffle if you just resign on your own. Okay, fine.
There is a weird thing. Like, I've never been put in that circumstance, but I imagine being at work and knowing everybody's seen your cack. Like, it's probably a little weird. And then to know that everybody you work with has seen your wife naked and probably masturbated to her. It's probably awkward.
Well, it's a lot less awkward if you get paid for it, though, I would imagine.
I know, but it's still awkward.
Well, of course it's
every
awkward.
time they look at you, they're going to be like, they're either going to be thinking, I'm bigger, or they're going to be looking, oh, fuck, he's way bigger than me. Like that's how all the guys are going to look at him now.
Yeah, I didn't look to see how big his junk was, but I assume it was, probably decent size if he's willing to put it on OnlyFans. Bandit, she was a science teacher because there was a lab coat involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Where's our AI fucking porn music to go along with this shit?
I know, right?
Yeah. Let's find something here.
One parent cited in the article, Leah Bilski told the newspaper she learned about it from her daughter, who said she heard about it from a staff. She said the school sent an aforementioned email after she herself made a Facebook post asking about the situation that went viral. Heard it from a friend. Ooh, heard it from a friend. Mm-hmm. If it was just an OnlyFans account, I wouldn't be as upset because then it would be 100% on the kid's parents. But this was public and an easy Google search to find everything. See, that is it? That's a little.
It's an easy Google search?
I don't think so. So I'm trying to figure out how that would be.
Hold on, I'm going to Google this.
Chloe, behind a paywall.
Her name's Chloe what?
Chloe Carter with K's.
Carter.
So if they were circulating the material after they pulled it from OnlyFans, like took screenshots or whatever, that's different. Because on behind paywall sites like that, if you screenshot and share the material, like you're at risk for being, sued, because that's how that works.
That's called illegal.
Yeah, you can't do that. So if that was put somewhere not behind a paywall and people could easily Google it and find it, like that's not their fault.
All right, let's see here. Leaked videos. Even this is fucking clickbait. This is leaked videos. You click on it, there's like fucking a couple of pictures of her standing there taking selfies. This is horseshit. I wanted to see some leaked videos.
Right, that's what I figured. Former teacher said she has faced harassment from the parents who have put her address online and threatened to show her children revenge porn of their mother.
Nice.
You can't do that. Jesus. She also lost her gym membership because underage members took pictures and videos of her while she was working out, causing the gym to cancel her membership?
Oh
what?
My God.
Hold on, that whole paragraph. That's fucked. Okay, so parents of other students are threatening to show this gal's kids their mother's porn. No, you can't do that.
What? Yeah, that's fucked up. What is wrong with these people?
And then the gym cancels her membership because other people were taking pictures of her at the gym? What? I don't understand. Oh, wow. People are fucking insane. I understand, if you're a teacher, having an OnlyFans account, that's going to be pretty risky. And then banging in the school for said OnlyFans account, yeah, that you fucked up. But
it's
the
not
revenge porn to threats showing their kids and canceling her gym membership because other people were harassing her. Like, this is bizarro world. That's not how this works.
She's not even that great. Like,
I didn't want to be the one to say it. Like, she's average.
Like, she's like a 5.
Hello, bitches. What's up, Tyler? Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter, like, how hot she is. Like, this is...
Well, it does, Tony. It does.
It does. So does.
Fucking asshole. It matters a lot.
She says, I'm already paying the consequence by losing my teaching certificate as well as losing the job I love the most. Pierce still appears, this is as of October, appears to be running the OnlyFans account, with her last public post being her video statement with the caption, "Whose husband am I stealing next?"
Nice.
All right. So at least she's taking it all in stride. Yeah, I wonder, do we have any, did you find an update on anything? Or are we just speculating?
No, I just found another story that's got more pictures of her on it. And
yeah. Okay. All right. Do we have like a PG picture? Because now I know everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody wants to see
just
some stuff.
Everybody wants to see because now everybody's curious.
All right, let me
feel bad
find
if we didn't.
She's on X videos.
Oh well.
She's on she's on XNXX, all the good ones, all the good stuff, all the free stuff.
Oh, we like the free stuff. Can we bring back
do
the
that?
Mormon mom
Do that
was
after
making
the show.
6 figures on only Jesus?
Oh,
Yeah,
I follow her on Twitter. She's still got some pretty fucking cool shit that pops up once in a while.
Remind me to follow her because I don't.
Yeah.
Tyler,
I followed her that day.
Where's Phileas? He's supposedly on his way, allegedly. So probably be in the 9 o'clock hour when we see Phileas.
All right.
Look at that 5 head.
Yeah, no kidding. That's a weird nose ring too. I don't understand those.
I've never been a big fan.
Okay,
of those
one,
rings.
I don't understand nose rings a lot.
I don't either. I don't get it.
I don't find them attractive in any way. Maybe
I never have. It looks like a fucking booger on your face.
Yeah.
That is not a flattering outfit.
She's a unicorn.
Okay, like the makeup choice, not great.
No.
Not great.
No,
I don't
not
know.
at all.
Yeah, that does not mesh well.
No.
At all. I don't know. Yeah.
Let's see.
Hope she doesn't charge a lot for that OnlyFans. Jesus.
Devilish.
Okay.
She needs to work on posing.
PG-13, man.
Yeah, she's got to work on posing.
I could outpose this bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
She's just standing there.
Tony, you have outposed this bitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Tenfold.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's not naked there.
Nope.
I hope.
She's not. She's wearing panties.
Sure fucking looks like it, though. All right. Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah, there's her kids.
And apparently on her Twitter, she has some sensitive content.
Let's not click on those.
No.
Maybe off to the side. We got some Twitch. Oh, Mans of Culture, I see, says Jack off.
Yes. Did you call him Jack off?
Here we go. Jack. Well, I don't know. How do you pronounce it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm assuming. Shouldn't have.
So yeah. That's I 5 at best. She's
I
not
just want to touch a 9-volt to nose ring. Yes, please.
Yes. Please do.
Shakao. Okay. Shakao. Got it. Thank you for correcting me. And Dalton says, meh, give me a few drinks. I'd
hit. Well, yeah. That's why I said she's a 5.
Yeah, we know. We know.
I didn't say she was a 2.
Oh, Dalton has a follow-up. Wait, never mind. She has kids.
Fair.
Bro, if she has kids, she knows a thing or two. Come on, experience. Lady of experience. And she used to be a teacher. She could teach you a few things. Zinger.
So, one, like the public shaming she dealt with, that's that's crazy. Like, imagine you were like threatening to show some moms like her kids videos of her OnlyFans. Like,
that's fucking nuts.
Where does that come from?
Like, she's been fired. She's no longer employed. Her husband got fired too. I get it. They've been punished. What they did was pretty shitty. Like, you don't do that. I get it. But why do you need to follow up on that and ruin their lives and threaten
honestly
them
what harm was
scar
done?
Their children.
What harm was done them recording a fuck video at school when nobody was around?
Nothing.
Like, let's be real.
There's no harm. Absolutely.
If anything, they should have paid the school a little bit of extra money for using the set.
Yeah. Agreed.
As long as they washed the lab coat when they were done and there's no stains anywhere. And they didn't use anything as a toy. No beakers or no vials.
Just take that beaker home. We don't want that one back. She's like,
we're gonna do some chemistry. Oh yeah. Like
Bandit says they didn't clean up afterwards. Yeah, so is that because they just didn't want to, or because the janitor came in and that was the next scene?
Yeah. Maybe that's the real problem. Principal was just pissed because he wasn't
Oh,
he didn't get to run. He didn't get to run in that train.
He'll be in the sequel, I hope. All right, let's let's move over to another one. that I caught the other day. I haven't really read too much into this, but this is going to be becoming more and more and more of a theme that we're going to see all the time. Like, this is constantly happening. This is going to be happening a lot. And this is fucking ridiculous, folks. It just is. And we're going to talk about it. And yeah, it's a Fox News article. Sue me. But Jesus, it's still news. 16-year-old says she was kicked off the swim team.
Did you just assume her gender?
No, rabble. She is saying she is a female. She is saying.
Oh, sorry. I am so sorry.
And she, the 16-year-old, says she was kicked off the swim team for protesting biological males in the YMCA girls' locker room.
So did the dude hit her then? It's just like give her a fucking pip slap.
Oh my God.
Be like, bitch. I'm swimming.
Okay.
That'd be a better fucking story, wouldn't it? Like,
I don't know.
This whole timeline would be so much more funny if, like, you added a little bit of Chappelle humor to it.
Oh yeah. Well, if people could have humor, like, that would make the world better. But we're not allowed to be funny unless you come here to the Dog and Chicken Show. Hit subscribe, folks. So, a 16-year-old says she was kicked off the swim team for protesting dudes in the girls' locker room. 16-year-old Illinois swimmer is accused of hate speech for speaking out against biological males being allowed to use the girls' locker room at the Springfield YMCA.
Didn't the YMCA like a public thing too?
Yes.
Like, no, that's why is the YMCA allowing this in a public fucking setting?
I don't know. They probably don't police. They probably don't police things like this. Like,
well,
I doubt they police much. Well, no, I don't know. Well, let's find out who's actually going after her. Abigail Wheeler says she was kicked off the YMCA spy swim team after she and a teammate put up signs reading women's rights, biological women only, and safe sport to alert other girls that biological males were in the area.
I think that's appropriate. They weren't name calling. They weren't totally being dicks about it. They were kind of really showing like this is how we feel about it. Yeah. I thought that's appropriate. Like, I thought maybe they were being provoking, but I don't think that's provoking.
No, there's nothing provoking. Like, they're talking about, hey, I'm not comfortable being in the fucking locker room.
I don't want to see a dude's dick when I'm taking a shower.
Dude, I don't want him to like be looking at me because it's a dude, and like it's obvious why this would be an issue. So she says, I went to my coach and gladly told him that I was part of this. And he said that it was probably not the best option for me to swim with the swim team that night, and that the YMCA staff would follow up with my family, Wheeler said Tuesday.
Which I get as like, okay, let's temper the situation. Like, yeah, everybody's talking about it. Why don't you take the night off? And I'll try to handle things from here. Hopefully that's what he was saying.
Well, the local YMCA chapter communications director, however, says Wheeler left the team on her own, writing, there have been a variety of false statements around the same issue circulated by the same individuals since the past May. In this version of the story, the statements that the swimmer was removed from the Y and prevented from participating in the swim team is false. So she left the swim team and the YMCA on her own. Abigail stood by her story Tuesday morning, saying it's not true that she left on her own. So, conflicting reports. Go figure.
So this is going to be a semantic thing. Be like, yeah, the coach said, why don't you just take the night off? And she's like, okay. And maybe she took that as if you should probably fucking leave.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is fucking retarded already.
Outkick's Riley Gaines, who has become an advocate for female athletes, told Fox and Friends First she is proud of Wheeler for raising her voice. To be only 16 years old and being in the position that you're in, faced with what you were faced with, and standing up for yourself and ultimately standing up for others, you are a megaphone for your teammates, said the University of Kentucky's swimming alum. The dust-up began when Wheeler noticed two biological males in the women's locker room last April, her father told podcast host Gene Ives. According to existing claims, Wheeler and her family raised concern about the presence of transgender athletes in the women's locker room, going to head coach Alex Tutura and the local branch's CEO to challenge the policy, but were told no action could be taken. So, look, let's just be frank here. You got a 16-year-old girl on a sports team who's like, I'm not comfortable with fucking dudes being in the locker room. As a father, I'm like, yeah, no. What she says goes here.
Like
fuck
if
that.
our sons went into a ladies' locker room naked,
Yeah.
we'd beat the fuck out of them because you don't do that.
Yeah, you don't do that. You just don't do that. There are consequences for your actions. But no, in today's society, we encourage this, and we encourage people who want to do things like this for whatever own personal gain it might be, whether they truly feel that way or they just want to feel that way for whatever reason, to do this and fuck everybody else's feelings, fuck everybody else and their comfort levels. It's all about you. You're special. Only you are special, and only your feelings matter. Therefore, everybody else can be uncomfortable, and everybody else has to play whatever game you want to play.
Unless there's a completely innocuous and unneeded vaccine that everybody should take. Then
Well,
we all need to do this together to
video,
save grandma.
In a video game, right?
You got to save grandma. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sorry.
Then the collective matters. This is the weirdest thing to me on this whole transgender thing. Like whatever it is, like the ultimate thing is like we need to have like a third division, right? Like transgender people need to be like having their own like separate. Now, not all sports. Some sports, yeah, you can commingle, it'll be fine.
Right.
But most sports probably just gonna have their own league. Whatever. I really don't care about any of that because I think most of it's like it's a dust up, it's attention grabbing, bunch of people. But like at the end of the day, I find it the more fascinating thing with it when it comes to this is all the lefty and communist like shit that comes in with this and this identitarianism, all the labels that you can put on this of what it really is. It's all of a sudden becoming about the individual all of a sudden, which they hate that.
Yeah.
Like whenever you do this, like Leah Thomas, oh, stop it. You're being transphobic when you criticize Leah Thomas. Like, oh, now you care about the individual.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's not about the collective anymore. It's about that individual. That's fascinating. Like, can we stay in that lane for a little bit and talk about that? Like, it's never any other time do we talk about the individual with lefty communist bastards. They're asking for equal treatment or special privileges. I don't think they're asking for either. They're just being provocative.
A 16-year-old girl this isn't a special privilege. This is a 16-year-old girl saying, I'm not comfortable with biological males being in the locker room that I'm supposed to have access to. And they're saying, the YMCA is basically saying, look, tough shit. You just have to deal with it. What? Yep. No, this isn't special. We have to make the baseless claim that a 16-year-old girl saying, I don't want dudes in my locker room is asking for special privileges, and biological males saying, I feel like I should be able to be in the girls' locker room.
Yeah.
That's not a special privilege. This isn't fucking backwards.
It is backwards. So let's look at it a different way. I posted this on Facebook yesterday, like one of my like insightful posts that I do once in a while. It's about tolerance. And when you like look at what tolerance really is, and there's a lot of good and a lot of bad. So with the bad, we can sit here and accept people for who they are, blah, 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 and do this tolerance bullshit all we want all day and night. However, what happens is people will invade that tolerance and test that tolerance and push the line on that tolerance to see how far they can do it. And then what happens is most people in this country, most of the normies that aren't paying attention to what's really going on, they just go, oh shit, this is what we're supposed to do now. And so they move their line. Their line in the sand is gone, or they never had one because they don't understand why they had a standard for tolerance anyway. And so they just keep moving it. And so now you have people that have a strong line in the stand and saying, fuck you. No, I have standards and you're not going to change my mind on this. And this is why. Without those standards, tolerance isn't anything. It doesn't exist. Tolerance is a made up word at that point because everybody just go with whatever. Now, me being a super fucking hardcore libertarian, like I kind of sound like a hypocrite right now because I'm like, fucking you do you. That's usually my stance. But no, there's a line. on even you do you. There is a fucking strong, deep, hard fucking line when it comes to protecting children and protecting young people's like sexual fucking whatever. Like you do not sexually groom. You don't get to groom children. Tolerance falls victim to argumentum ad absurdum. Its logical conclusion gets absurd rather quickly. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And without your standards, like the people who push tolerance should appreciate people with standards, because they would not exist when they push tolerance, because people like me that have a standard to say nope, like I'll tolerate you up till this point, and then we're done. That's as far as you're gonna go. So I challenge everybody. I've seen so many people not have standards and just get trampled on, and then they accept this shit, and then 2 years later, all of a sudden, you're like, "What the fuck happened to you, dude? Like, why are you letting your kid do that?
Yeah,
like, why is your what the hell? Why are you letting your wife bang 3 guys? Like, what the hell's like? They just get rolled over, turn into cucks, and it's sad, man. And it's weak people. That's all this turns into, is when you push tolerance over people that don't have standards, you turn them into weak people. That's what the whole lefty agenda seems to be these days. I don't think it used to be, but now that's definitely what it seems. They just want weak people to roll over and ask to get petted on the belly and rub my belly. Oh, give me a snack. Like, they just want to be little puppy dogs that get taken care of all the time. They don't want responsibility. They don't want any type of confrontation. They're weak people. That's what we're creating by not having standards. I don't know if that's where I really wanted to go with this originally, but that's where it ended up.
So yeah, no, a lot of good points there. But like, the reason the left is so hardcore off the deep end about the trans rights and the transgender issues and the argument is that once you can push people so far into believing a narrative that 5-10 years they never would have even thought about believing, it would have laughed at probably.
Yep.
Once you can if you could slow play a good portion of your potential voting base into believing anything, once you've got them there and they don't even need to be reassured to fight for that narrative anymore, that's a narrative that you can't let go. That's why the left is so adamant about the whole transgender issue, because they can't let go, because it is such a power move right now. It holds so much weight right now because they have got it to the point where if you disagree with anything that it stands for, you're a bigot, you're a transphobe, you're a horrible human being.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
the right used to do this with religion, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's the same exact.
Except for the left doesn't have any guardrails. Religion at least had some guardrails on what they would attack on and how far they would go with it. But the left, there are no guardrails. They're just like, fucking pedophiles. Hell yeah, let's celebrate. Like, it's weird.
You're exactly right. It is exactly the same play. But yeah, we're now approaching that area. It's going past this story where 16-year-old girls aren't comfortable being in the locker room because there's boys in there. And it used to be boys didn't want to be called girls, but now they're like, wait, you call me a girl, I can go check out the girls naked in the shower. Call me a girl.
Yeah, what's that South Park one where Cartman turns into a transgender?
See, South Park, again, was way ahead of its time on this one, because when Cartman went trans, you started hearing a lot of those terms like cis for the very first time. You're like, what? No, that's a thing? Yeah. Okay, this is how I
saw that clip was trending on Twitter again the other day. I forgot all about that fucking episode.
Oh, yeah. They were way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I just love how it was Mr. Garrison was all like, they're all like, what?
Yeah.
What, you're saying we should just like let Cartman have his way? And he's like, yeah, guys, you do not want this fight. Like, you just let him have the girl's bathroom. Just let it go.
He's a boy. Look, just give him what he wants. It'll be better for everybody in the end.
Yeah, that's that like the Mr. Garrison response is what most people have. That's the lack of standard, not willing to fight back. That we run into.
It's a great metaphor now if you go back and watch that episode of South Park, because what Cartman stands for is essential. But this is before
He just wanted to shit on a nice toilet.
This is 5 years ago or so.
It was 9 years ago.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, it was that long ago.
So almost a decade ago.
That was 2014 or 2015, I think, is when that episode came out.
And South Park nails the metaphor almost a decade later where we are now. Cartman is a beautiful metaphor for where the left and the entire transgender support community are in terms of how hardcore and how just unforgiving
the ridiculous
they are
part
in treating
of it.
everybody else.
Yeah, the ridiculous part of it.
Yeah,
it's like there's some out there that are totally based.
Absolutely,
I mean, totally
sure,
fine.
of
Like,
course.
yeah, but like it's weird. There's just like been this unhinged takeover of these goddamn fucking lunatics that just screech louder than everybody else. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the answer to beat Cartman in that episode was to play his game, and unfortunately, that's where we're at. We have to play
Didn't he
by
still
their
get his own
rules.
shitter?
Yeah, he did, but then Wendy became a boy and started using it too, and it like ruined it for him.
Oh yeah.
So it was beautiful. It was a great episode.
That's right.
It was so honest before we even realized the issue was becoming an issue, and now that it's a big issue, you go back and look at that, and you're like, man, they saw the forest through the trees here. They really did. I do suggest anybody go back and watch it because it's a masterclass in what we're experiencing now today. And look, I want you to be clear. I've said this many a time on this show. Like I'm not against trans people. I'm not. If you are more comfortable changing something about yourself and this makes you and your life better, good for you. You do you. But you need to make sure that it's what you want in the long term. And I'm not talking to everybody. I'm talking to people who are of an adult age who can make that kind of a decision without it impacting the rest of their adolescent life. Because as we know, kids are fucking stupid. Kids are fucking stupid. There's a reason that they're not allowed to smoke, not allowed to drink, not allowed to drive a car, not allowed to go to war. So many things that they're not allowed to do. So they shouldn't be able to make that kind of
argue some
decision.
adults shouldn't be allowed to do some of those things. Like, look at me. Like, these are things that I shouldn't be allowed to do.
Absolutely. Kids should not be allowed to make those kinds of decisions. And that's never not going to be the case because they're not mature enough to make that kind of decision. But the people who don't expect society to cater to their whimsical needs, and this makes me happy. Great. I'm all for people being happy, but you can't expect everybody else to play the same fantasy. And yes, speaking of kids, hi, what's up, buddy? Hi.
And Tony's kids interrupt the show, so it is time for everybody to drink. Cheers, folks. Again, the whole, I don't know. I'm not going to apologize to like anybody who gets offended with anything said there, because again, like it's not a absolute. Of course, nothing is absolute. So there's always going to be good guys and bad guys in any of these goddamn scenarios. But like, if you have a daughter and she wants to compete in a swimming thing, and you know what, maybe sometimes daughters are not fun. Sometimes they're assholes, and maybe this girl in this story was being an asshole. It didn't seem like it. If the note that she put, I didn't think was very disrespectful at all. Like, it got her point across without calling anybody names or using improper language or anything. Like, I thought it was totally appropriate. Sure, there's a time and a place to do some of that. Maybe she should talk to the administration, talk to the coaches. There's other ways to handle it, but that's how she chose to do it. Whether she got kicked off or not, I really don't give a shit. The writing was on the wall. Like, if they're upset with her even putting that up as a sign saying we don't want dicks in our bathroom, basically is what she said in a nicer way. I'm kind of on her side with this one, even if she handled it poorly. I'm still on her side, because at the end of the day, it's still what is right versus what is wrong, and what is the standard. And the standard is there is a sign that says women, and that to me that says no dicks allowed. Can we just agree that it should be our standard? Like, holy shit. Especially as a young person, these guys are dudes. It's not like you're an adult and you're at a gym working out and somebody who's passing happens to walk through. You wouldn't know and you wouldn't care. because they're passing and they might have had surgery. Like, you're not going to fucking care in that moment. But in school at 16 years old, yeah, you goddamn well know. Everybody fucking knows. And shame on the goddamn coach, shame on the administration, shame on the YMCA for not having some like clear cutout lines for this. Like, YMCA is a great organization for so many fucking kids across this country. And like, it's a damn shame that they why can't you just we have family bathrooms in fucking Walmarts. Why can't you make a fucking family trans bathroom and changing room and a fucking YMCA? Like, that's not hard to do.
Yeah.
So
it's
damn you, Buddha.
No, I hate that it's come to this, and I don't want to feel like people of that community are being corralled into a freak show.
They're corralling themselves by allowing this shit to happen.
To an extent, yeah.
Here's the thing. We talked about this like with racial issues, George Floyd time, right?
Yeah.
And then when white people were doing some stupid shit, we're like, hey, white people, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you have to tell your own group, whether you're agreeing, disagreeing, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you just have to tell your own group, shut the fuck up. Trans people that are based, you should probably tell your own group, shut the fuck up. Like, they are crossing some lines when it comes to pedos and some of this shit with kids. You are crossing a line that there's still too many boomers in this country. There's still millennials are not on board with a lot of this shit, especially the older ones. Like, you want to keep shit peaceful, and you want to gain like access to extra shit, and you want to have a voice in this goddamn country without being fucking eyes rolled at you every time you complain about fucking pronouns. You got to tell your group to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I see black people tell other black people, hey man, that's not racism. Stop it. Shut the fuck up. That's not what this is. Yeah. Like, sometimes you got to correct your team. Your team can be wrong sometimes. You got to be responsible enough to tell your team to shut the fuck up.
See, that's where the hardcore lefties seem to not take that advice, because once somebody goes too far or says something really stupid, everybody else is just like, oh shit. Am I behind on the new thing? Is that the new thing? And then they all just do that too, because they don't want to get left behind. So they just morph that into whatever narrative it is that they're pushing. And it just keeps growing and growing and snowballing and snowballing.
Yeah.
Nobody holds each other accountable.
For some reason these trans topics drag on.
Yeah.
Are we banking or
yeah, Bandit banked his first hour shot. I'm cool with it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm good with it. I think Phil deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we made it through the first hour and got like 4 stories out of the way.
Was it that many?
Yeah, I think it was.
I thought we only talked about the.
No, we did the
3.
The cocaine, the Ray Epps, the OnlyFans, and the YMCA.
Oh yeah, one was an impromptu story. So yeah. Ray Epps wasn't planned. That just kind of happened.
Nailed 4 stories in the first hour. I don't know how we get.
That's what she said.
Nah. All right. Let's.
By God, how do we get through like all the news stories we want to talk about in 1 hour? Like, how does that happen, Tony? It's like weird. Somebody's missing that's not holding us back and changing subjects and dragging out things that had nothing.
Now, hold
to
on,
do with
Chicken.
anything.
Before you intro it. Now, hold on, Chicken. Before you introduce the topic, I'd just like to tell you the ending.
Yeah. And then let's talk about something else.
Yeah, let's just move topic completely.
Do you guys think DeSantis has a chance against Trump? Be like, what the fuck? We're not talking that. Like, why are we talking fucking election talk now?
Is it with Trump being like the clear leader right now? They said he's not partaking with the other candidates. Is it in Iowa?
Just in anywhere. Why would he?
Well, no, yeah, I think it is a
he's
smart move.
He's got like a 30 fucking point lead. Why would he ever put
it's
himself
not
up
that
for
high. It's like single digits.
He has everything to lose by doing any debates or joining them on anything.
Yeah,
if I were him,
you join them. Yeah, you are saying that they are worthy
relevant.
Opponents.
Yeah. So like if they're gonna do some kind of debate, if I were him, I would just sit there on Twitter. Like that he should be doing his first tweets during the first Republican debate.
Yes.
And every time they say something stupid, be like, yeah, look Look at the swamp. Look at the swamp talking to each other. It worked for Biden. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No shit, right? Biden didn't campaign, didn't run, and he still won the candidacy.
Save your money. Save your money for TV ads. Yeah. And just pop up on Twitter and be like, look at the sanctimonious. Look at that. He couldn't answer that question. Like, yeah.
I could have answered that so much better.
And then never answer it. Yeah, it's great. Like he
yeah.
And in the fact that he would be on Twitter all of a sudden would generate a shit ton of traffic back to Twitter, and that would be the news story. Nobody will give a shit about the fucking debate because they'll be like, "Oh my god, Trump's back on Twitter!" Like, and then everybody would stop watching and they'd go to Twitter to see what he's saying about.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I'm all for it.
All right, what's our next story here?
Looking real quick because we actually did. Concerning the presidential election, we did have some big news drop just the other day. Are you privy to this? You heard about this? Have you seen this?
I haven't watched the news like at all lately. I've been trying to catch up, but
see, that's the thing. Like the news is too scared to talk about this. Actually, it's only places that are honest and free of the reign of terror that are allowed to talk about great things.
So we must have spoke about it here.
Yeah, it actually got debuted on Hazard Analysis the other night. And I feel like we should probably just talk about this here now.
Let's do it.
It's big. It's huge. And
are you talking about my cock?
No, way bigger. Way bigger. Tremendously bigger. Really, I think we just need to... I can't.
I know what it is. You're right. This might be.
I can't do it justice,
folks. This moment that you're about to witness on here, if you missed Hazard Analysis, I know exactly what Tony's about to share with you. This is the single most important moment on this show's history, and probably YouTube history, Facebook history, Rumble history. You have no idea what you are about to witness is the first step into the greatest adventure we are all about to partake on. I think we leave it at that. I think
an adventure. That's underselling it. Honestly, I'm to the point where, folks, the election's coming. It's coming sooner than you want to admit, and we're never going to be fully ready for it. 2020 was such a blur. Let's not make 2024 a disaster. And I can only think of one way that we can prevent 2024 from being a disaster. And that's really just on one man's shoulders. And I think you know who I'm talking about, folks. Yeah. His name is Phil KOE. Let's go to this.
God bless this glorious land, and because this land is so glorious, it needs a new president to match that glory, and that person is Phil KOE. Yes, Phil KOE in 2024. A man who truly loves America, a man who loves this nation and the people in it. Phil KOE, the true alternative in 2024. The man you all need, a man of the nation, a man of the country, a man of the people, a man of nature, a man who is going to point us to a brighter tomorrow. Yes, Phil KOE. He is a man of decisive action. Phil KOE. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is for America. I'm going to do that for you in Washington, D.C. Whatever that is, you're going to get a lot of that. Yes, folks, Phil KOE, a man who will make sure to dot the I's and cross the T's of American government. Phil KOE, he will make sure to preserve your freedoms to work on go-karts on the weekend or whatever you call fun in this glorious nation. That's why you need to consider Phil KOE. And that, folks, is why I am asking for your vote in 2024, folks, because I, your king of extreme, Phil KOE, have officially announced my candidacy for the presidency of the United States of America. beautiful, beautiful flag. Old Glory is coming with me, folks, and we're going all the way to Washington, D.C. If you're tired of business as usual in D.C., do the right thing. In 2024, vote extreme. Phil KOE, the choice for you, the choice for me, the choice for everyone within all sundry. Folks, God bless every last one of you, and we're taking this all the way to Washington, D.C. in 2024. Vote Phil KOE to fix D.C. Yes, folks, it's going to happen. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be glorious. You're going to join me, the Cabinet of Extreme. Our inauguration party is going to make the Jackson inauguration party look like a debutante ball, folks. It's going to be amazing. Old Glory's coming with me. What else do we need? God bless all of you beautiful people. Travel well, and in 2024, vote Phil KOE.
So beautiful. So beautiful.
It is like
that was so fucking fun. Oh my god.
It was so much fun shooting the stock footage for that.
You guys have no idea how much fun that was to make. Like,
oh my god.
Oh shit, it was beautiful. Like I'm
Phil KOE 2024. Beautiful. It was
crying because it was such a beautiful announcement. Oh, let's see. I see. I don't know about Phil, but I'd vote for that guy hiding in the tree. Phil KOE, make gin illegal again.
Yeah, prohibition's back in 2024, but just for gin.
Just for gin. Yeah.
I just. Oh god, it was so much fun shooting that. I knew that was going to be wonderful. I can't wait to do the next one. I really can't. Like, I have some ideas. I have some things in mind.
The holding the flag with the like and all that was kind of a little bit planned. We talked about like, okay, yeah, I'll just like hold the flag in the background, kind of, and just make it. So, and then I just started making the awkward like fucking dumb face, and like I would just watch Tony's. He's recording, trying not to fucking laugh. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing this.
Yeah,
like fucking a couple times, Tony's like not even watching. He just keeps looking away, like, God damn it.
Oh god, so much fun. But yes, 2024 is going to be an amazing, amazing election. And really, if we don't win at least, 75% of the states out there, then we'll know it was another work. And
that's what we should
do. With a campaign ad like that, I mean, really.
That's what we should do. We should spend from now until Election Day getting one delegate from every state in the United States.
That's beautiful. Yeah,
that would be.
I mean, you got to have a representative casting
Make them
a vote.
An official extreme delegate. Like, wouldn't you want to be the extreme delegate of Hawaii?
Who wouldn't want to be?
Yeah.
After seeing that, who wouldn't want to?
You got South Dakota locked down, obviously. Nebraska's an easy one. You got a bunch of extremeness in Nebraska. Yeah, we got Ohio. We got an extremeness in Ohio. Missouri's easy to cover.
New Hampshire.
Yeah, New Hampshire. Bandits in what? South Carolina?
I mean, we've got a good start here.
He's in one of the Carolinas. So we got one of the Carolinas covered. We're going to have to cover the other one. Yeah. Oh, and we have Florida, man. So we'll have Florida covered too.
I feel like we've got a good start here. Like this
Tom can take Georgia. I don't know if Tom will. I'm not sure if Tom will want to take the delegate of extreme for Georgia under his.
That might take some work. That might take some work, but it's not a losing battle.
If not, I know a bunch of his lefty friends that I could fool into, going along with it, and be
okay.
fun.
Yeah, no, I'm sold. I'm sold.
Yeah.
And yes, if anybody missed that, we'll play it again at the end of the episode, and it will be available on the Facebooks, on the YouTubes, and pretty much everything else, because it's going to be out there. We got to get that out there. We got to start spreading the word of Phil KOE for 2020.
Yeah, we're gonna have to post that on Big Buck, and then just like, I have to update my goddamn ad service on there so we can actually like do political, and it's like my driver's license is not up to date, so they won't let me do political advertising on Facebook until I update that. But we can do regular ads, we just can't do social or election.
Does that even count as political?
I don't. It's like satire, isn't it?
But you would think you could get away with calling it satire. I mean, we know it's serious, but they wouldn't know. I don't know.
It's totally serious. Sorry.
It's definitely serious. I mean, I know how I'm voting in 2024.
Absolutely.
All right,
Holy
let's
shit.
move on to the next story. This one, God. Part of me wanted to be excited about part of this, but at the same time, it's just fucking awful. And it's one of those ugly stories you really don't want to talk about, but we got to talk about it.
Let's do it. I fucking love these.
Fuck this guy. I've always let me just say out of the gate.
So I don't know anything about this. So I'm super, like, I just heard racism and hazing and the normal shit. So
I have always, with a passion, hated former Northwestern head football coach Pat Fitzgerald. I have always hated this fucking guy. I don't know why. He's always rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know if it's his dumb fuck expression of a face, his stupid way of talking, or the fact that every game I ever
like all
saw,
of his immutable characteristics. Yeah.
You know, watching him on the sideline on TV or seeing him in person in Nebraska State, Memorial Stadium, jumping up and down like a fucking raving lunatic, acting like a dipshit on obvious, not flagged plays. I hate this.
Yeah, he used to do that a lot. Yeah.
Oh, God. I fucking hate him. I have always hated him. He has been and it wasn't even because Northwestern would sometimes find an upset. No, it's because this guy is just a douche through and through. And now it's been confirmed. Pat Fitzgerald, you piece of fucking shit.
What did he do? Let's see the story here.
Former Northwestern football player details alleged hazing after head coach fired. Ruined many lives. So this is a new giant allegation of hazing that happened under Pat Fitzgerald's watch, and he allegedly partook into it to some degree. So this is coming from CBSNews.com. Shocking report of hazing at Northwestern University has led to the firing of the school's longtime coach, Pat Fitzgerald. He was let go Monday night after investigators found evidence to back up claims by some of his players. Fitzgerald tells ESPN he had no knowledge whatsoever of any form of hazing within the program.
Sure.
Fitzgerald, once a star linebacker for the Wildcats, had led the team for 17 seasons. Fuck, it has been that long.
Yeah.
Last Friday, he was suspended for 2 weeks without pay. But after new allegations over the weekend, the university president took a step further and fired him for allegedly failing to know about and prevent ongoing incidents of hazing within the football program. In a statement,
was this like he didn't think that was hazing, but now that the 2023 standards of hazing have changed so much?
Oh, no. Some of this hazing was like pretty archaic fucking hazing.
Oh, okay.
And he's pretending like he had nothing to do with it, even though there's been like multiple accounts of, how did they word it? He wasn't like partaking in it, but he was pointing the finger at who should be hazed and spectating very gleefully, to put it mildly. In a statement, Northwestern's president said that the head coach is ultimately responsible for the culture of his team. That's 100% fucking right, whether you like it or not. On Saturday, the student newspaper detailed what an anonymous former player described as an abrasive and barbaric culture that has permeated throughout the program for years. In one alleged ritual known as running, he says a younger player would be restrained by a group of 8 to 10 older players while they dry humped him in a dark locker room.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me read that again.
Yeah. In one
alleged ritual known as running, a younger player would be restrained by a group of 8 to 10 older players while they dry humped him in a dark locker room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just
is this a
crime?
That out. Yes, this is a crime, Bandit.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. Gay. All right.
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
So, rubbing your genitals on another person's body, I mean, that's coercion. That's predatory behavior.
Well, that's fucked up. Yeah.
Says Raymond Diaz Jr., who was an offensive lineman for Northwestern from 05 to 09. Diaz, who is now 36, said hazing was common in the locker room. People were urinating on other people in the showers, he says. Son of a Mexican immigrant said he was not only the target of sexualized hazing incidents, but also rampant racism. In one instance, he said he was forced to have Cinco de Mayo shaved into his hair as a freshman.
Go back up real quick. So keep going. People urinating on other people in the showers. I'm gonna expose this guy. Already exposed it. Dudes do some stupid shit in the locker room.
Oh yeah.
Like
they do.
Like the urinating on people in the showers. I'm not saying that like I've ever partook in any of that, but I've seen it happen, and like most of them are having a good time when they do that. It's weird. I was the guy that would wait till like everybody else was kind of done showering, and I didn't give a fuck if I was late for my next class or whatever. I'd let all the dipshits that like to do that weird fucking whatever the fuck was going on, I'd let them do all that. And then when they got done, then I'd go in and take my shower, and I'd like do it alone. Because like that shit was, I remember that shit happening. I remember kids peeing on each other in high school. And you'd be like, dude, the fuck? Like, I get it. It's a toy. You're just learning how to use it. But like, you don't have to fucking pee on people. Boys do weird stuff. Okay. And that goes on into college. Some boys don't mature until they're in their 20s. So that one doesn't shock me. And that, like, when I read that, I was like, really?
That one didn't shock me at all. No, that wasn't shocking. That's pretty tame compared to some of the other shit that we're talking about in these.
And how are you forced to have Cinco de Mayo shaved into your hair? I'm sorry. It's R. Kelly from Nebraska.
No, this isn't Nebraska. Goddammit, this is Illinois. No, don't you put that on Nebraska.
Anyway, like, Illinois. How do you force somebody to have Cinco de Mayo shaved into their hair? Like, I just some of the hazing things, like I'm sorry, you can leave. Like, yeah, it might be worse on you in the long run. Like, people are gonna treat you like shit, and you're not gonna be one of the boys. But that's usually what it is. It's like, hey, how cool is this kid gonna be? Like, if you've been around guys, the hazing ritual, it's not about forcing you to do something. It's to see how far we can push you to do shit. And what you're willing to take. That's what hazing typically is. So like shaving your head, like, I'm sorry, that didn't ruin your fucking life. Fuck off. Somebody peed on you in the shower. Fuck off. That didn't ruin your life. Okay. Hopefully there's something actually, because that was the claim at the beginning of this, that it ruined somebody's life or lots of people's lives. So all I've heard is somebody got peed on and somebody got fucking something shaved into their head.
Northwestern said that while an independent investigation did not find sufficient evidence that the coaching staff knew about ongoing hazing, there were significant opportunities to find out about it. Everybody saw it, Diaz said. So many eyes. I mean, there were so many players and nobody did anything, and they just let this go on for years. Diaz said his experience at Northwestern drove him to become a therapist. We were conditioned and put into a system that has broken and has ruined many lives, including mine.
How?
I was driven by what I saw, and those images will never leave me for the rest of my life. While the school president did not address the alleged racism in his decision to fire Fitzgerald, a spokesperson told the school paper they are looking into the allegations. In a letter to several media outlets, the Northwestern team showed its support for Fitzgerald, calling the hazing allegations exaggerated and twisted, saying Northwestern football players do not tolerate hazing. Now, in a 2014 video, Fitzgerald said his program has zero tolerance policy for hazing, which is 100% bullshit. We know he knew about it. We've really thought deep about how we want to welcome our new family members into our programs, into our organizations. Hazing should have nothing to do with it, he said at the time. So I'm going to...
Like, what, hold on. Like, it was peeing and head shaving?
Rape.
No, like, yeah, I get the genital thing was really bad.
That's pretty fucking bad.
But
I'm gonna try to find some more of the claims here real quick.
It's like that was like one of the worst fucking people they could have interviewed was that guy that's like, I got peed on and they made me shave my head and it ruined my life. Oh, fuck off. Like you went to a fucking prestigious goddamn college, probably got a degree. You're a professional victim now. If you're just doing that, you probably didn't fucking have a good goddamn college career. You didn't make it in the NFL and you have a shitty job. So now you're trying to like, play the victim card so you can get money. And like, no, fuck that guy. Like, I don't believe that shit. Now, when it comes to the like the genital rubbing and the dry humping, that's fucked up. I get that. Like, now if he was, I know,
but we're talking about two examples.
Yeah, but I'm like, if this specific guy said, like when I was a freshman, they held me down and like dipped balls in my mouth. Yeah, dude, I get it. That'll fuck with you. That's not cool. Like, but at the same time, like some people have older brothers.
No, I agree. I don't think that getting a fucking Cinco de Mayo head tattoo or getting pissed on in the shower once is going to ruin anybody's life or scar them for life. But again, we're not talking about like one instance. We're talking about this is something that was just part of the locker room culture because that's what they promote.
That's every locker room in this country. They pee on each other and they shave heads.
I don't think everybody's holding people down in the dark.
And they're not. They're not dry humping and playing genital fucking.
So, but what the gist of this is like the very small end of the scope to the very large end of the scope. Hazing was very much a culture of their locker room experience at Northwestern. So
as is
you can
every
discredit the small
room
stuff. I get it. Like some of the small stuff, they're probably making a bigger deal than it probably was. Absolutely. But then there's a lot of worse shit. So agree chicken 10 to 10 minutes says dip balls in my mouth is the line for chicken. I feel like it should be a bit before that. Now, before we go, I'm not even
10 to 10 man. You ever been teabagged?
I won't pop it on the screen, but I've got the dailynorthwestern.com. That's dailynorthwestern.com. It's coming straight from it. This is also the same thing from that Diaz. I've seen it with my own eyes. Absolutely egregious, vile, inhumane behavior, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this player who has to remain anonymous in this story said, well, if it's the same guy, he's not anonymous anymore. Former player said he reported his experience at the university in late November of 2022, alleges that much of the team's hazing centered around practice dubbed running, which was used to punish team members, primarily freshmen, for mistakes made on the field in the practice. Okay. If a player was selected for running, the player who spoke to the Daily said they would be restrained by a group of 8 to 10 upperclassmen dressed in various purge-like masks who would then begin dry humping the victim in a dark locker room. It's a shocking experience as a freshman to see your fellow freshman teammates get ran. But then you see everybody bystanding in the locker room. The player said,
I want to show up there.
Really
I want you to show up in a Biden mask and I'll show up in a Kanye mask and we join them.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Phil can wear the Trump mask. Player said it's just a really abrasive and barbaric culture has permeated through the program for years on end now. Daily obtained images of whiteboards labeled Runs Giving and Shrek's List, containing a list of names indicating players that the players said needed to be ran. The players said the tradition was especially common during training camp and around Thanksgiving and Christmas, which he said the team called Runsgiving and Runsmas. It's done under the smoke and mirror of, this is team bonding. But no, this is sexual abuse.
I don't know about team bonding. I wouldn't call it that.
According to the former player, team members allegedly identified players for running by clapping their hands above their heads around that player. The practice, the player said, was known within the team as the Shrek clap. The Daily obtained a video of a player clapping his hands during a game, which the anonymous player said was the same motion to signify running. And according to the player who spoke with the Daily, Fitzgerald repeatedly made the signal during practices when players, specifically freshmen, made a mistake. The player believed some players interpreted Fitzgerald making these signals as knowingly encouraging the hazing to continue. Everyone would just be looking at each other and be like, be like, bro, Fitz knows about this because you wouldn't take that action otherwise. The player said everyone joins in because he's the head coach. Second player who spoke to the Daily also asked to be anonymous in the story, said he also witnessed these actions occurring. Lead investigator Maggie
there
Hickey,
might be something to that. So what they're alleging right there is that the same clap they would use during this hazing practice, that Fitzgerald, when a freshman would fuck up, he would do this clap or whatever to signify to the team that they need to haze this kid for fucking up. That's a pretty heavy accusation. Like that's pretty heavy. If that's true, then yeah, fuck that guy. Like, that's fucked up. It's one thing when the kids are hazing each other and they take it too far. Like, I kind of expect that to happen, like at I don't know, organically. But if the coach is calling it out, again, that's an accusation. Don't know if he really is, but if he is, yeah, that's fucked up. If he's calling for them to fucking pull dicks out and dry hump fucking freshmen for fucking up on the field, yeah, that's bad.
Among other alleged hazing incidents was a yearly event called the Car Wash. The first player said that several players would stand naked at the entrance and spin in circles, forcing someone entering the shower to rub up against naked teammates.
Again, it's weird.
Yep, it
Like,
sure fucking is.
I don't see how it ruins any lives, but it's weird. I don't like it. I'd probably just not go into the shower until, we're done spinning and peeing on each other, but
it's fucking sexual assault.
I like this. They use the clap for hazing.
yeah, right. The Shrek clap. Jesus. So
this whole thing just makes Northwestern look gay.
Oh yeah, severely. Like, call it what you want. It's not us being homophobic, but literally his stories are pretty
10 to 10 man says the car wash in quotations could probably ruin a life or two.
Yeah, I agree. Tom Foolery, hello, friends, and hello to you, sir. Good
Hello,
to
Tom.
see
We just mentioned, would you like to be the KOE, the Extreme Delegates from Georgia for the KOE 2024 campaign? It's okay. We're already declaring you his delegate.
And Tom, if you haven't seen the Phil KOE 2024 campaign video, it will be played again here in a bit. But to round this out, like,
it's beautiful.
Tom says, I am here for it. That's what I like to hear. Fucking A. So Northwestern, like, again, I hate Pat Fitzgerald. I always have. I thought he was a dick. I thought he was a weirdo, and I thought he was just a piece of shit. And now it's just been proven. Because no, fuck this guy. Working at the car wash, baby. Fantastic.
Oh my God.
So Northwestern Northwestern has not won a collegiate football game in America since 2021.
But they, however, did beat us in Ireland. So
yeah, they won one game last year by beating
how many dick rubbing incidents did they have in Ireland?
Oh, so much. No, they won. It was the other 11 games that they lost that so many dicks were rubbing.
So many dicks were rubbing.
So, yeah, no, I don't care. I get it. Yes, dudes are weird. You're 100% right on that. A lot of those claims probably exaggerated. But then you look at some of the pretty harsh allegations. Okay, now
if Fitzgerald was
those
actually
smaller allegations seem pretty fucked up.
Yeah, if Fitzgerald was actually calling for certain hazing techniques to be any hazing technique to be done, yeah, no, like done over, like that's he probably shouldn't ever coach again. Well, he probably won't now. Like this is one of the gayest firings of a college football coach ever. Like, literally, and like I'm not doing it in a joking way. Like all the stuff hazing wise and the locker room behavior, if he had anything to do with it, or if he can't clear his name, it's forever tainted. Forever.
You're sexually assaulting younger, unwilling participants in a hazing
even if it's a
aspect.
potential, even if it's a potential, I don't see any other lower division wanting him as a head coach with that stigma stuck to you. That's like
no, he was.
That's like
he was a
that's like
lifer
would you?
at Northwest.
It's like Nick Fuentes with racism. Like nobody's ever gonna hire Nick Fuentes at a corporate job because, well, it's Nick Fuentes, and everybody knows, like, oh yeah, he's like openly white supremacist type guy. So now you got Pat Fitzgerald that can't unprove that he may have led to some gay hazing of college football players. Like he'll never work again. He's over. He's done.
I'm gonna refresh real quick.
He'll end up as a Patrick Fitzgerald will end up as a college. He won't end up as a college coach. Could be Catholic school. He'll be a Catholic football school coach. I think that's where he potentially. Tony missed it. Pat Fitzgerald gets hired as a Catholic football coach. That's his next job.
No, I don't. He's not going to work for a while. Like you just can't amidst allegations like this. And fuck this guy. I've never liked him anyway, but this just proves he's a fucking weirdo, as I was expected anyway. But what does it mean for Northwestern? You got a team who basically lost all their games last year. Let's be frank. Nebraska did everything they could
wanted
to give
gone
them
no
that
matter
game.
what. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. A couple of the names I saw, if somebody was trying to say Urban Meyer. Yeah, good luck with that. That's never going to happen. Paul Christ, former coach at Wisconsin. He's a pretty strong candidate. That's not a bad pickup. But the one I was told yesterday, actually, supposedly Northwestern is actually considering or looking to drop to the FCS level and leave the Big Ten because they could potentially join the Ivy League. Northwestern has so much money rolling in donation-wise that losing that Big Ten money really wouldn't be a problem. You could be a powerhouse at the FCS level, and you'd be in the Ivy League. This could happen in the next 5 years, they're saying. So,
interesting.
Are these allegations just kind of good timing to say,
start moving the ball? You get rid of a shitty coach that had a terrible losing season. Yeah. It's all about the money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And what big name coach wants to go to a school that has this much ickiness involved that like nobody wants to clean that up?
Yeah. Penn State managed to find someone.
Yeah. Well, took them how long to get back onto national stage again?
Still getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
all right,
you don't,
next story.
You don't want this kind of shit.
God, that was the gayest thing we've talked about on here in a long time.
It was pretty gay, and not like in a, just really just gay hazing. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Gazing.
Who's this for?
It's gay hazing. It's gazing.
We're making you be gay, but you're also being gay. I don't
stop gazing.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. But whatever. I digress. So let's keep it with the sports world, and I feel like this is going to be a fucking
awesome.
disaster. Like everything about this is a disaster.
I want to see it. I don't care.
I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not even excited about it, and I'm going to tell you about it here in a second. But of course, we are talking about the news of fucking boxing, MMA coming to a head, folks. It's finally going to happen. Tyson Fury,
the Gypsy King,
Francis Ngannou fight in Saudi Arabia is announced. Now, this is not happening under the U.S., under boxing. This is not happening under the UFC and Dana White. This is happening in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, how many rounds is this going to be? And the real question is, how much money are these guys going to fucking make on this? Because that's all Francis Ngannou wanted was a fuck ton of money.
Tantui 10 man with just a fucking scorching white hot take. Fury wins. No shit, Fury wins. Like, I'm sorry. If anybody bets any money on Francis Ngannou in this, you are throwing your fucking money away.
Depends on what the odds are.
Did you not see Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather? This is the same exact fucking concept because guess what? The boxer doesn't want to actually fight the fighter. The boxer wants to box the fighter. If the boxer wanted to fight the fighter, the boxer's going to lose the goddamn fight. And that's not saying, well, boxing's going to trump a fighter in a boxing match. Fighters are going to win in a fighting match against a boxer. No, MMA is an actual fight. Boxing is not a fight.
A dance.
Not in today's standard.
Yeah, boxing's a dance.
It's a chess match. So we'll talk about that more, but let's get into what this entails, because I know, I don't know if this article is going to say it, but here we go. Tyson Fury, boxing's lineal heavyweight champion, and Francis Ngannou, former UFC heavyweight champion, will fight October 28th in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. You know, the WWE
going to Riyadh. All right, cool.
Yeah. The announcement clarified that the fight will take place in regulation boxing ring under boxing rules, including 3 ringside judges using the 10-point must system. What remains unclear is the number of rounds. That I haven't seen yet. Whether Fury's WBC heavyweight title will be on the line, it's not. And whether the fight will count towards their professional boxing records, that I don't know. We'll have to double check, because this article is probably a couple days old now already. I can't wait to get back out there under the lights, Fury said in a statement. I'm looking forward to showing the world that the Gypsy King is the greatest fighter of his generation in an epic battle with another master of his craft. Hold the phone. The Gypsy King's the greatest fighter or the greatest boxer of his generation? You could make the argument for.
Boxer.
He hasn't ever been in a fight, hence his reluctance to actually.
If Ngannou got him into an octagon, he would fucking murder him. Exactly. I know we say that all the time about MMA people, but Ngannou actually learned wrestling. He did learn some ground game.
Yeah.
And you put on those little gloves, sure, Tyson Fury can throw a hell of a punch, but that motherfucker, he can't move. He can't move in MMA.
He's a statue in MMA.
Yeah, in MMA, he would get hurt pretty bad.
And the other problem,
again, that's not his realm. So
no, but the latter part of this quote, the greatest fighter of his generation, fine, in an epic battle with another master of his craft. Except he's not getting to do his craft.
Yeah,
you're handcuffing him to play by your very, very hindered rules. Like, there's elements of boxing in MMA, but you're handcuffing the master of his craft to play by your rules, which makes this not a fight, which is why McGregor and Mayweather wasn't really a fight, was it? Dream?
10 Man says leg kicks neutralize high-end boxers. You remember when the Mayweather and when that Floyd fight was supposed to happen and Conor, they were talking, well, we might allow leg kicks. That would have totally changed that fight.
Oh, yeah.
100% would have changed the entire fucking match if leg kicks would have been allowed.
Oh my God. It's not even remotely the same fight at that point. Like Mayweather, how many leg kicks could he take?
2.
3?
Maybe just 1. Here's one thing.
Literally that might have buckled him.
One might be it. I was literally just like 2 days ago, I was listening to Matt Serra on Joe Rogan's podcast, and Matt Serra, one of the things he said on there was like, man, I'm so glad I fought in the age before calf kicks. He's like, he goes, I never took a calf kick in all my fights. He goes, and I didn't take a calf kick until about 3 years ago in a sparring session, and I got a calf kick. He goes, I couldn't do that today. Because I don't know how these fucking guys do it in modern day MMA, taking those calf kicks, because they're so painful and they hurt so fucking bad. And like you're hearing that from Matt Serra, the guy who knocked out fucking George St. Pierre, and then got his ass kicked by George St. Pierre. But he was like master Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He was one of the first American black belt Brazilian jiu-jitsu guys from the Gracie family. Like that dude's legit. And he's saying like, dude, those calf kicks, fuck that. I don't want nothing to do with that.
No, and that's just it. Like you're talking about a real fight. Like you're talking about a very, very well established rules actual fight, though. Boxing is not a fight, because guess what happens in almost every fucking street fight? Somebody goes to tackle the other motherfucker.
Yep.
How often
somebody's on their back,
go to fight, they just stand and trade blows? That doesn't happen. And when they're standing and trading blows, does another kind observer go, okay, no, sorry, see, he turned his back to you. You can't hit him right now.
That's a cheap shot. Stop it, guys.
Yeah, you can't do that right now.
God damn it. You want to rub wieners?
The fucking Mayweather and McGregor fight really left a bad taste in my mouth, because not only did they force it to just be boxing, but they found like the most staunch boxing referee they could. I'm not going to put up with those shit. And basically Floyd just like did nothing but turned around.
Yeah.
Anytime a punch was thrown in his direction, he just turned around. And everybody's like, "Oh, what a
like
masterclass in boxing! He's so fantastic."
No, it was great though. If you like boxing, it was brilliant boxing.
Yeah.
He never got hit. Well, he got hit once.
Fight.
That was it.
Wasn't
the whole
fight.
match. The whole fight. Yeah, it was like. But if you were a fan of boxing, that's what you watch. It's kind of like the ground game in MMA. Some people are like, "Oh my god, I don't like seeing those guys hug on the ground all the time." Well, there's a lot going on there, and it's just like in boxing. I don't like to see, dudes run away from people. But that's how Floyd Mayweather went 50-0. Like he didn't get hit. Like that's it. That's what you do. That's how you win.
I responded to one of these articles about this fight. Tyson is a chump, and a guy gets on there and says, "I'd like to say that to his face." And I said, "Okay, what's he gonna do? I'll gladly do it. What's he gonna do? Hit me? I'd be set for life." Guy responds, "Okay, fair point."
Yeah, like I'll go say
fair point, bro. Gladly. That's gonna knock me the fuck out for probably a week, but goddamn, I'm made after that.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury
that's a punch worth taking.
Dosser, Francis Ngannou, head of boxing match. Fury and Ngannou have talked about boxing each other for quite some time. After Ngannou left the UFC, talk started heat up. This week it's announced box on October 28th. So, Jesus. Ngannou, you're getting it, you big dosser, you big stiff dosser. You're getting knocked out. Slink. Tyson Fury said on his Instagram story. Okay. With Francis Ngannou not having any pro boxing experience, many are expecting Tyson Fury to win this match with ease. No shit. Based on the video, it appears that the Brit has a ton of confidence that he won't just win, but will indeed knock out Ngannou and prove why he's a heavyweight champion. Tyson Fury is 33-0-1, coming off a TKO win over Derek Chisora back in December after beating Dylan White in April. Prior to those two fights, Fury had a back-to-back stoppage wins over Deontay Wilder. In his career, Fury also holds notable wins over Wladimir Klitschko, Otto Wallin, and Christian Hammer, among others. Francis Ngannou, meanwhile, will be making his pro boxing debut when he takes on Fury. In MMA, he's a former champion, coming off a decision win over Cyril Gane in 2021. And in his career, Ngannou holds notable wins over Stipe Miocic, Cain Velasquez, Junior Dos Santos, and Curtis Blades twice. He will be returning to MMA next year with the PFL. So, Tyson Fury, much like Floyd Mayweather, is going to prove that he is the greatest boxer ever by fighting somebody making their boxing debut.
Yes.
Like, at this point, I'm trying to figure out...
I would have rather the Paul brothers been involved in this.
Look, I'd rather watch either of the Paul brothers box any day of the fucking week. Any day of the week.
Yeah.
Because you know what? They're going to at least be fucking entertaining. They're going to be.
Ngannou's going to gas in the third, and after he gets hit probably about 6 times, he's going to
gas
slow
in the second.
Down. No, he'll make it to the third. His tank's gotten a lot better. If you watch his last 5 fights, he's got a gas tank again. But after he gets hit, though, that's when the gas tank comes out. That's why I'm thinking.
Peppered for 2 rounds.
Tyson doesn't do shit in the first 2 rounds ever. That's why I'm saying third round. That's when he gets hit 2 or 3 times, and his gas tank will just go, whoosh, and he's done. I think Tyson's right. Tyson will probably knock him out in the 5th.
Yeah, he's probably right. Like you're calling your shot against somebody who's never played your game. They've played adjacent games, much more strenuous games, but now the rules are very, very limited, and they've got to play by your strict set of rules. So yeah, this is not. It's not a fair fight. If you want to make a bet on an underdog, sure.
Yeah, the only way they're hyping this up is because Ngannou's fucking punching power is incredible. Like,
yes,
that dude, when he hits you, he hits you.
That's
he's
why
gonna hit
I'm
you.
more excited to see that potentially happen than like McGregor knockout Mayweather, because that wasn't going to happen. That just wasn't.
No, he only hit McGregor one time, and he barely rocked him. Like,
yeah,
like it was over. Like as soon as I hit, I was like, oh nope, it's over. Oh yeah, that's right. They have big fat ass gloves that don't do anything.
Nothing. So it's not a fight. It's a boxing match. Don't get excited. Ngannou's not going to win. And Tyson Fury has vehemently said that, no, I'm not going to roll around on the ground. You're scared of an actual fight. We fucking get it. He even offered to fight Ngannou and somebody else on the same night, because that's a thing that happens. Who gives a shit? You're not actually fighting them. You are doing the thing that you're very, very good at and very, very skilled at and have done 5 fucking times versus people who have never done it. This isn't a dream bout. It's not. The only thing that would make this interesting is if Ngannou does happen to catch him with that shot that Fury just doesn't see coming. Because it will drop him. It fucking will.
Yeah, I like, I'm gonna watch it, but
oh yeah,
zero, like it's one of those. I'm curious what the odds will be. The biggest odds, like if they're ridiculous enough, I might just like throw $50 at Ngannou. Just it's like, hey, if it's $50 I don't care about, cool. Like, and then if somehow Ngannou fucking wins, and hey, like I'd turn that $50 into 500. Like if the odds are stacked enough, then hell yeah, I'll do that. But
I am going to be in Vegas earlier in the month of October. So yeah, there's like a 900% chance I will be throwing.
Are you going to be there with the wife?
Yes.
Phil, we need to go to Vegas in October.
October Vegas trip. Oh, what are you guys doing here?
Oh my God, Lindsay, how are you?
We didn't know you'd be here.
Tony, I got you a Yingling.
Yeah, I will definitely be throwing some money at a sports book at this stupid fucking pretend fight. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I can't stand this boxing versus MMA debate because there is no debate. All boxers are going to lose against an MMA fighter once you actually open the rule book up. That's it. Because even a fucking striker in MMA is going to be able to beat a boxer in an actual fight because of, the leg kick. That's it. It's that simple. There's no argument. You can debate it all you want, boxing fans. Go ahead. Make the argument. It's still not sound. It still doesn't matter at the end of the day, because once you open the actual rule book up and throw them into a real fight, they're going to crumple, they're going to fall, they're going to fail. It's just guaranteed.
This is true.
It's true.
It's true.
It's so true. It's true.
I did that. 10 man says Phil inbound.
Well, Jesus, Phil.
I've been punctual. Yeah, last 10 minutes of the show. You might actually. Phil was messaging. He was like, I'm heading home now. That was at like 9:15. I go, oh, that's great. That means you won't make it. All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck you. I was like, I am closer to being correct at 9:45 p.m. than you are at this moment. Like, fuck you, dude. Like,
yeah, we're almost 2 hours in. God damn it. No, I knew he was out driving today, so I didn't expect him to.
Speaking of which,
oh my God, now he makes
motherfuckers. I mean, all right, guys, here we can get started with the podcast. All right, good.
Yeah, started. Yeah.
Right. All right.
Yeah, perfect timing, Phil. I have to pee and smoke so bad.
Okay,
right now.
sweet.
All right.
So Tony, what are the topics of the evenings that we're going to cover?
We've covered a lot.
Oh, you have
covered a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
According to the timer here, you've been going for a few minutes.
Yeah, almost 2 hours. Almost 2 hours.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Phil Gin 2 times. Jesus. All right. Glad you could join us.
I'll go get my glasses.
All right. Okay. Guess it's still on me. No, this is never going to be a debate. I don't care. I will argue this all the time, online, in person. I don't care. Boxing is not superior to MMA. It's just not. Because if you're talking about a real legitimate fight, MMA is the pure form of an actual fight. Boxing is punching with a bunch of rules. And if you make someone who's used to actually fighting someone with their hands, their feet, their strikes, their blows, their submissions, only play by just punching, it's just not even remotely the same thing. It's just not. And Phil, I'd love to hear your thoughts on how stupid and ridiculous this dream fight is.
Well, it's not quite as stupid or ridiculous as the notion of me having to drink gin. But
no, nothing's better than that.
Poured myself a double of the Seagram's gin.
Yes, the extra dry.
Yes, extra dry. I forget. Did we do a review of this? I think we did.
I feel like you did, but I don't remember.
Well, Tony, to fighting, stealing, and drinking. If you're going to fight, may it be for a friend. If you're going to steal, may it be a lover's heart. And if you're going to drink, by God, I hope it's with me. And although it's not going to happen, Francis, fucking knock him out.
Please, yes.
That third gulp that didn't want to quite go down. I'm looking around like there's got to be a chaser. Peach tea is all I got. God. That was bad.
You know what's ironic is I know that the last time I watched Tyson Fury compete was in Saudi Arabia for the WWE.
Yeah, he's found there's a lot of money to be made in Saudi. Them Saudi bucks.
I'm just saying I haven't watched a boxing match of his before that or since that, because guess what? I know what kind of a fighter he is. He's not. He's a Queensberry rules boxer with pretty good
Tony,
knockout power because he's a heavyweight.
You saw how with one punch he was able to eliminate Braun Strowman, though, right?
Yes, I did, in a completely choreographed sports entertainment.
I was about to say, Tony, predetermined is the term.
And now he's going to go against somebody who actually does have knockout power. Please, God, let it happen. Ugh.
Oh, we all
Nothing
want it to,
would tickle me pink more.
The problem is, Tony, again, Tyson's too experienced, and every time I've ever seen anybody get knocked out, and I've even seen it like live in person, and they're in the back with the folks from the gym, and what they always say is the same thing. Which one did they hit me with? Which one did he hit me with? What did he hit me with? They always ask that. It's always the shot they don't see coming is the one that knocked him out. Tyson Fury is not going to have a shot that he doesn't see coming.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just not going to happen. Francis can hit very hard, but if Tyson can see it coming, he can start moving his head back. He can start he can go with the flow of the punch a little bit if it hits him. So long as he sees it coming, I know this is going to sound strange, but if he can see it coming, it doesn't matter how hard Francis actually hits him.
Fair.
I know that sounds strange.
Fair point.
But if Francis can even hit him with not even like a 40% power cross or like a 40% uppercut that Francis doesn't see, he's going to fucking wake up in another time zone. Okay. That's
fair point. Yes.
Like that's honestly that's how I look at it.
When you look at fighting and in general, and like we can open this up or whatever, but like when you look at compelling boxing matches of the past, there was some back in the day. Like, will we ever see a Mike Tyson again? Somebody that exciting and that like some of those big draws. I don't know. I think MMA's kind of taken that big draw money makers, and now when you look at, but even then, like, it's hard to go back and see some of those and go, well, like, how much went into this? I just watched the Israel Adesanya fucking fight in his rematch to get his belt back. And you got to see him in training practicing how he was going to finish that fight. And it was basically the way he lost the first one. He got backed up into the cage and just kept fucking getting wailed with punches. And so in his rematch, he goes, well, I'm probably going to end up there again. So how do I get out of it? And they trained and they trained and they trained. And like, here's how we're going to do it. And I'm going to slip and I'm going to fucking come up with a right and I'm going to knock him out. And guess how he won a fucking title back?
Slipped to the right and then knocked him out.
Oh my God. And then like the compelling story you can get when you can make stars out of so many people in MMA and tell these incredible stories and show this training footage. We're in boxing. You're just like
Tony,
here's their training footage. And they're
years
wearing
ago,
these helmets now because they're all fucking punch drunk all the goddamn time when they get old. Like, it's such a sad sport these days.
Years ago, Tony summed up boxing very well. It's like, okay, we get to watch two people no one's ever heard of with 12 titles apiece tap each other for 12 rounds.
Yes.
That's definitely a very big problem. Now, to me,
here are two men you've never heard of, both with a dozen or more titles each, live on pay-per-view this Sunday night for the low price of 9 installments of $125.99. Don't you want to see this?
Now, guys, hang on. This is something I want you to consider here, because Chicken's talking about, boxing kind of sucks now. Like, in my opinion, my favorite fight of all time, 1985, Marvin Hagler versus Thomas Hearns. It's known as the famous Hagler-Hearns fight. And it's one that I think one of these days, I think the three of us should watch that fight and give a live reaction to, because it is still to this day regarded as the best boxing bout that's ever happened. It was two guys who legitimately had some beef. They didn't like each other. They started talking mad smack. And when round 2 kicked off, they fucking went off on each other. And that was... Now, unfortunately, I have to go to the year I was fucking born to find you a great, competitive back and forth, because after that, the fights aren't predetermined. It's just that styles make fights, and it's kind of like, how a sports bookie can tell you exactly what's going to happen in an NBA game because the ball's round. A football game, it's a little harder to determine. The ball's not round. Who knows what fucking direction it's going to go? But they can tell you exactly what's going to happen for... Well, no, that statistically, that's what throws off your betting odds.
Not wrong.
It's not, but it's funny watching Phil talk about football.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you just a fact that Caesar's Palace will tell you. Okay?
Yeah.
But in this instance, in boxing, they're like, oh, okay, let's be frank. Tommy here is a 4-star boxer. Jimmy here is a 2.5-star boxer. Tommy needs another win, so we're going to put them together. And that's what happens. People's records become a little padded. Like, I'm going to be frank. Before Mayweather and Hatton fought, everyone, including Ricky fucking Hatton, knew how that fight was going to end.
I'll give it to Tyson Fury because he did make boxing exciting again. The trilogy with him and Wilder, and the shit that Tyson Fury talks, like, he is trying to make boxing relevant again. But that's the problem. Outside of like Wilder, Tyson Fury, like, what other boxers can you name that are still legitimately like active and fighting? Right, like when you think of boxing right now, you think of the Paul twins or the Paul brothers.
Yeah.
You think of Floyd Mayweather, who hasn't had a real fucking boxing fight, like a real legit boxing match in years. And then you think Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, and that's about it. And it's over.
Even if you're getting kind of modern with the Klitschko brothers, but even then, those guys have not had a serious fight in a lot. Like, boxing has the same problem pro wrestling has. Like, wait,
it's like before you had Oscar De La Hoya, like, yeah, you had fucking
haven't made any new stars in 20 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Tyson,
it's kind of like WWE. They quit making stars.
Yeah.
Except for the tribal chief.
When the Mayweather-McGregor bout happened, like, that was one of the only boxing pay-per-views I was like wanting to watch. And
did either of you know who any of the other fighters were on the card?
I was just gonna say, there's an undercard. Why?
Fuck.
I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, and it went until fucking midnight.
It went so long.
Like
Nobody gave
my brother was texting me. It's like, in football, they don't have 10 nobody teams play 5 fucking football games before you get to see the actual football game you showed up to see.
It's like when you see Ohio State play Michigan, you don't put on Nebraska versus Northwestern beforehand.
No. They put on the C-class Pee Wee football team first. No, you have to sit through this shit.
I remember having people tell me when I was shitting on boxing years ago, like, no, this isn't UFC. It's not MMA. This isn't an actual fuck. No, you don't understand. Like, no, you're right. I don't, because I don't watch it because it's not entertaining. Okay, you watch this fight that's coming up. Order this pay-per-view. And if you're not entertained,
for
I will
$600
reimburse you. You know what fight it was? It was Triple G versus Canelo, their first meeting. And guess what? It ended in a fucking draw. And I said, guess what? I wasn't fucking entertained. Reimburse me, asshole.
Did he?
Yep. No, because I didn't actually have to buy the fight. Somebody else luckily ordered it. But no, I did not get reimbursed for my mythical ordering. Go figure. Because the boxing fan welched on the fucking discussion. Weird.
Now, I remember, I'll never forget, Fight Night Round 3. It was a boxing game. And, I was into MMA at the time. And the guy would come over and we'd play the game. He would get so pissed off when he'd get really close into grappling and I'd throw an elbow. It's like, what? There's a button that lets you throw an elbow, and how you can throw 3 until you're disqualified? Okay, I'm throwing 2 elbows every fight. And he got like, I'm like, what? That's a fight. This isn't MMA, God damn it. Like, and that was his.
It's not a real fight. Yeah.
That's what you do.
Nothing video game related to MMA will ever beat the time I ruined Pride FC for you forever. Literally one of my greatest moments in gaming history.
I
will never forget it. So I go over to Phil's apartment. This is after high school. And he's got some people over. And they're playing, was it PS3?
Yeah.
Pride FC Fighting Championship. MMA fighting game. And Phil's like, this is one of the greatest games ever. Like, this is just, I love this game so much. Oh, I just love this game. And he's just beating people. And they're having these long, drawn out battles. And I'm watching it. And then I'm playing it. And I'm like, this game sucks, Phil. Phil, this game sucks.
This game's awesome. Fuck you, Tony. You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, he's pissed because he's getting so mad because I'm talking shit about this game. Like, Phil, this game sucks. Literally. It's so archaic. The buttons suck. Like, the moveset sucks. You have to do nothing to win a fight. I could just push 2 buttons and win a fight without even looking. And Phil's like, no, you couldn't. I'm like, fine. Fire it up. The guy I'm fighting is sitting there holding the controller, staring closely at the screen. Me sitting on the coffee table, back turned to the screen, listening to the round start. Fight! I hit triangle and circle about 2 seconds into the round. And all of a sudden, I hear the guy I'm fighting go, are you fucking serious? I turn around to see my fighter locking in an arm bar when I was just in a standing position, tapping this dude out.
You hit the button to throw the flying arm bar, Tony.
Phil is on the ground crying, laughing. What the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, dude, bro.
I want to fight on PlayStation by hitting 2 buttons.
So, okay, Chicken, because you're an asshole, I will.
Yeah, we're in hour 3, so it's time for new rounds.
So yeah, that was a fun time. That was a fun time. But
well,
no, Tony,
you know why MMA is still so much more exciting? Because Steven Seagal's involved.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
thank God.
That makes everything better.
Steven
Now the one thing Steven Seagal did contribute to, he did contribute to MMA was that front face kick against Vitor Belfort that
he did Silva not fucking show Anderson Silva how to do that. That is a fucking lie. Chicken, Jesus Christ. You tell me you do not truly believe that. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, no, I showed Anderson that kick, and then he just wins his next fight with it. Totally like, yeah, you only mentioned that after he throws the fucking goddamn.
He did walk him down to the ring that night. However,
I showed him.
No matter what you think about that, it was fucking amazing, and the headlines that came from it. And Steven Seagal probably made more money off of that fucking kick than Anderson Silva did.
Oh yeah.
Considering Steven Seagal had absolutely nothing to do with it, then yeah, it's like, and Steve, like, and yeah, so I'm sorry, Steven Seagal, you're like, yeah, and then when you throw the kick, you throw it like that. Like, yeah, Steven, like, I'm sure, like, what, if the guy's like fucking kneeling, is that the face kick you showed him? If he's kneeling on his knees, you kick him like that. Fuck all of you!
I'm sorry.
This is awesome.
I didn't expect that to happen. Like,
Jesus.
So
it's 4. Yeah, I know.
Like,
I fucking know.
Phil.
All the comments for the rest of the night. Phil Jin.
So, God, fuck you guys, by the way. Like,
what's up, buddy? Oh God.
Oh, that looks terrible.
He literally couldn't fit anymore if he tried.
That's what she said.
Ah!
Yeah, I hear that often. So, folks, fuck it. To fighting, to stealing, to drinking, and to being a part of the glorious Big Bucket Empire, KOE Nation, and Hazard fucking analysis. Fuck this shit.
Fucking.
Oh, he loves it.
Look at that face.
You can see the love.
Choke me, daddy.
I can feel it.
You
Oh,
got it down.
give him a little music to feel it. Yeah.
Like, you know that kind of spitting you do after you puke? That's what I'm doing right now. Tyler, go fuck yourself. By the way, Tyler, yeah, you can go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
All right. Should we get into the one story I have left on my docket of nonsense?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, phrasing, because this one's a doozy.
Okay.
I did pre-look at this. I glanced at it. I didn't read it, but I did glance at it. So no, there's nothing that should get us kicked. But hey, here we go anyway.
We'll find out. It's the end of the night.
I like this sort. Where are we going with it? Oh, Gwar. Oh my
Gwar
God.
just unveiled a monstrous sex toy that might kill you.
Oh dear God.
I'm in. Let's go. Let's fucking
I mean, like,
go.
I feel like, guys, I feel.
Hold
hang
on.
on, check it. Wait.
We need some music with this.
I
one.
feel like this. We're about to see something that no good, rightly eyes should see.
Honestly, it's not as bad as I thought it'd be, but like,
I'm like right now, I'm having one of those Larry the Cable Guy, like, Lord, I apologize, be the star and pick me down moments. Like, Jesus.
Let's read this. This is. I've been sitting on this one for a while. I don't even remember how long ago this was. First, it was a virtual reality headset that can kill you. Now, it's a sex toy by Gwar, of course. Okay, it can't literally kill you, but it looks like it can. Called the Cuttlefish of Cthulhu.
Oh, yeah. Gonna go far with Gwar. Yeah.
The Cuttlefish of Cthulhu?
It's called the Cuttlefish of Cthulhu. The object was
God.
apparently a longtime companion of the late Odorous Orungus. For whatever reason, they've decided to sell it and partnered up with the sex toy company Bad Dragon to do so. Oh man, I didn't see.
Oh, okay. So they're making, like, I thought, like, dude, is this guy just like selling his used sex toy with like, an autograph on it?
Is there a picture of it?
Like, yeah, it's got an autograph and a certificate of authenticity.
Oh my God.
The Cuttlefish
I'll
of
buy it.
Cthulhu comes in a variety of sizes, ranging from small to extra large, and they compared to the different sizes to that of a standard soda can. Oh, Jesus! It also comes with two
soda
color.
pop now, baby.
Comes in two color variations. One is black, and the multicolor signature edition glows in the dark.
Is it a
The
rainbow?
prices range from $85 to $200 depending on the size. We're not going to get into the detail about the specifications, so if you're interested, you can check the options out for yourself here.
Oh, click that link.
After.
Feel the
War
glow,
recently seized
baby.
control of the red-hot phallic forges deep in the Bad Dragon Lair, where legendary sexsmiths work day and night to create highest quality fantasy-themed adult
Oh, it's
toys
got
in the
lore.
business. The item description reads, the result is a new monster dog for the denizens of planet Earth. Now you too can wield the awesome power of the winged wiener of Odorous Arungus, the cuttlefish of Cthulhu.
I fucking did Phil write this?
I no comment.
On
Turns
another
out, like,
note,
I've secretly been one of the guys under the Gwar mask for all these years.
On another note, Gwar have also unveiled their second Knuckleheads Half Pints figure series, which includes Ballsack, Bone Snapper, and Pustulus. Price $45. Expect to ship in December. Order your here's now. Blah blah blah. Okay, see the photos of the products below. The cuttlefish has eyes. We can't unsee it. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. I'm excited actually.
Oh my god.
That's great. Oh my God.
That is
It's like it's a still with a brain.
The ball sack is a brain. The shaft is like the thing from Alien.
That is
and
amazing.
the face is like a cross between Pac-Man and a frog.
I was about to say it's like,
You know where that would
it's
look
like
really
something
nice?
you'd find in an aquarium.
Right here. That thing would look nice right here.
I'm just imagining how sexy that would look inside of a woman.
You know, fellas,
Or a man.
you know, it's
Or man.
never too early to start thinking about Christmas.
Yeah.
You better give me
Fellas,
the extra
we
large.
I'm like, fellas, we still have to get each other Christmas presents for this year, so
Yes.
Oh my
There-
god.
there's the action figures.
No,
if you
man,
want
it's
the
it's
action
Pepe. Pepe
Yeah.
the frog on the end of that thing.
figures.
Feels good, man. Feels real good. Oh, Shadley.
So disturbing.
Shadley.
You know what feels so good inside my lady parts? Eyeballs.
yeah.
Said I'm guessing no lady ever, and any lady who has
Ever.
said that is the kind of crazy bitch that'll burn your house down
No.
with you in it.
You know how many ladies are about to say that?
Well, after seeing this, but before seeing before seeing that, after seeing that, it's excusable. But before, yeah, burn your house down with you in it type. So, you know, folks, this is the kind of high-minded content we come
Cuttlefish.
to Big Bucket Empire, the cuttlefish of Cthulhu.
That's amazing. The name alone is amazing.
I was about to say that is a 5-star name. Like
I've been
you
sitting on
could-
that one for a while.
You could name anything that, and people would be like, okay, like I could name like Tony, Phil, and Chicken's bourbon, the cuttlefish of Cthulhu, and people could be like, what the fuck is this?
Not
Bandit
anymore.
Phil
That's
is
always
going
going to be
to the
associated
ex-
with sex toys now.
I'm gonna go to the extreme to avoid gin for Christmas. This is true. Now, if only these two fuckers right here, you see them right there, Tony G
No
and
promises.
Chicken, as long as those two fuckers quit giving me gin, I should by the end of the year be able to drink through this Seagram's and this. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, this Seagram's is bad, but this stuff is foul. Okay, this is like extra foul. Like I'm like, there's a reason why it's like, okay, if I'm taking 4 shots, it ain't this shit because it wouldn't have gone down. Okay,
You know
like-
what I want to do? Like, Phil, if
No.
I ever get you a new tin can like that, you remember the old cans where you'd push the little or like push the lid and the little pop top would come up
Yeah.
to like pour out of those old turpentine cans? I want to get you one of those lids for the next one.
No, you don't really. You don't. Have
I want it to feel as authentic as possible.
As authentic as Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Cuttlefish of Cthulhu.
It's like this Christmas, Tony and Chicken, like Phil, we went really over the top. We really like we had to ship this in from overseas, and Phil, we got you the world's most expensive and valuable bottle of gin. Yes, we spent $62 on this particular.
God.
Greatest
gin ever made.
Yes. And the most valuable. Like literally, this one's been sitting in a museum. Like, and it's like, okay, I guess for $60. So yeah, that's what I see happening this particular Christmas. But we'll have to see. Actually, on one note,
and I forgot, I wore my Pickle Rick shirt because you assholes don't like pickles. I wore this special for you guys tonight.
I like Pickle Rick.
I love pickles.
Are disgusting.
What is wrong with you, you fucking heathens?
I was about to say, like, pickles are just kind of like a replacement for anything green in food because it's cheap to.
Yeah, no, they're gross. Hey, do you like the taste of cheeseburger? Yeah, I sure do. Hey, do you want to have it ruined by something so overpowering and disgusting that you won't even know you're eating a cheeseburger? No, I don't. Well, you got pickles anyway.
But Tony, it doesn't matter. We're still going to put them on every burger on fucking planet Earth. What's actually funny is the McRib. They actually put pickles on it because the original recipe called for celery. But in order to actually fulfill the order, McDonald's would have to actually buy the entire world supply of celery and still not have enough. So they just said, fuck it, let's just do pickles. God knows we got a whole Dimension X full of pickles.
Or just don't put anything on it. You've already got the pretend rib.
The McRib is terrible.
It's delicious. All you need is the pretend rib meat and the
back
sauce.
yet?
You don't even need to put like shitty vegetables on it. Just put it on the bun and the sauce.
Out of all the places that make like a rib sandwich, the McDonald's McRib is the worst. Like, there's bad ones out there.
No, it is not.
The
Have you not
McRib
gotten
is
a McRib sandwich from a gas station? I have.
Yeah, some of those suck
Fascinatingly
too.
enough, the McRib was only invented because of the tremendous commercial success of the chicken nugget. But they couldn't keep it on the shelf so much, but they still wanted to have an alternative. So if somebody drove through, they didn't want a burger and they were out of chicken nuggets, they would still have another alternative. And so they actually kind of conditioned their customers into buying something and wanting something that they didn't previously want, which was
how
the
can they
McChicken.
condone the filet of fish sandwich?
Dude, filet of fish is amazing.
Because Tony, fat people think that's health food.
Yeah, right.
That's how, like,
I guess I'll get the deep fat fried fish because that's better. Like, no,
I'll take a filet of fish sandwich because that's healthier because it's fish.
It's one of those
Like
diabetics.
half Coca-Cola, half Diet Coke.
Us diabetics with a conscience go through McDonald's drive-through. We're like, I'll take the fish.
Yeah. Feeling
I've done that at
feeling very
Culver's.
Catholic today. Give me the filet of fish.
Yeah, I've done that at Culver's. I'll get the Atlantic cod because Culver's Atlantic cod is fucking amazing.
Is it good?
Okay,
It is
chicken.
It is.
That's the difference,
fantastic.
though. Culver's will tell you what fucking fish it is. How the fuck has McDonald's been able to get away with that? Just fish. What the
tried
fuck?
Runza's.
Freshwater, saltwater. What kind of fish?
You ever watch those like history TV shows where they like do like the beginning of like cereal and how that all started with Kellogg's and Oat Bran and all that shit? They did one about about filet of fish, and like it was one goddamn McDonald's. They ran out of burgers, and so they started sourcing local fish and making a fried fish sandwich. And one of the head CEO guys comes in, and he puts a piece of fish just on a bun, takes a bite, takes the lid or takes the top of the bun off, and puts a slice of cheese on it, puts it back on, and goes, "There we go."
Like, oh my you master fucking chef, you. It's like
Gordon Ramsay approved.
But like at the end of the day,
American cheese.
Now, what I've actually found out is folks in Alaska, their fish sandwich is fucking amazing. Like, it's actually worth going to McDonald's in Alaska if you're going for a fish sandwich because it's just what the fuck's there. And it's like, and they'll actually tell you what fish it is. And too long DR Catholics are the reason for the kind of, a little bit, because like for some reason, some Catholics believe you're not supposed to eat meat on Fridays, but they say fish is okay. And I was always like, but isn't a fish made of meat?
It sure is, Phil.
And they're like, no, it's made of
Blasphemy.
It's made of fish.
But it's white meat. Okay, so I could eat a chicken? No, you couldn't eat a chicken because that's meat. But
Because it's got dark
said-
meat.
Yeah. Oh.
So yeah, that's one of those things that just doesn't
Can I
make
eat crab?
I'm guessing
You know,
the
actually,
whole
I'm
fish
betting
on
you could.
Fridays thing is like was just a ploy to like move more fish.
Crab's not a fish; it's a crustacean.
I bet you're probably
still disgusting.
But no, I
What,
bet
you don't like
Anthony-
crab legs?
No, I'm not gonna eat a fucking crab leg. Fuck.
Do you like lobster?
Tony hates
No!
all seafood.
Oh my!
It's bug
fucking
meat.
God.
It's fucking bug meat. Would you eat a cockroach?
Yeah, if I was hungry enough.
Oh, that's gross.
Now, as I was about to say, here's the thing though. If you were to boil it, get the shell off of it, and then douse it in butter.
Yeah, lobster.
Dude,
oh,
lobster
lobster's
is
so good.
amazing.
Oh, lobster's delicious. Yeah, I like butter too.
Yeah, I've
I
often
don't have
said
to
You
eat
haven't-
cockroach
you
meat.
You
with
have
butter
not lived, sir.
enjoy
You have
butter.
not lived, sir.
Well, wait, hang on,
I've
chicken,
lived by
chicken.
not eating bug meat.
Give me a moment here. Because
Fish
Tony,
don't have legs, and that's right. Tony is fucking based. Goddamn
well, no,
right.
Tony, because you can't enjoy the butter. You have to have disgusting almond butter. You can't enjoy real
Oh,
God's own
here we
butter
go.
here. So, like,
Show
your
me
sweet
one
corn,
almond
your
that
sweet
lives on the
corn,
bottom
and
of
your
the
asparagus
ocean.
has got to be just
Show me
shit
one
because you're
Show me
dousing
one
almond
that
paste
has
all over it.
legs, Phil. Show me one almond with fucking wriggly legs.
Tony,
that
if you
lives on the
put
bottom
almond
of the
butter on
ocean.
your sweet corn this year, let me know. Let me know when you have sweet corn at Compound G. Are you gonna slather almond butter all over that? I'm sure it's gonna be delicious.
I don't even know where you get almond butter, Phil.
From the same disgusting place they make fake almond milk, Tony.
You can get almond
Almond milk is a sad
anywhere.
lie, folks. So,
Yeah, but eating bugs is a true horror, and that's what you people do.
well,
when
there's
you eat
seafood,
fucking
and they
lobster and
spend their
shrimp.
life in salt.
Shrimp are worms.
They literally
Lobsters
season
are fucking
themselves.
grasshoppers. Crabs are like
Christ.
it's all very, very cyclical. It's all disgusting. It's all bug meat that
Bandits
lives on the
with
ocean.
you on this, Tony.
Giant
Shrimp and
bugs that live on the ocean.
deserve almond butter.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Dear God.
Shrimp
It's
and lobster.
disgusting. You crack open that lobster tail. Oh, the lobster anus. Oh, it's so delicious. And
It
it
is.
literally
That's where
looks
the
like
eggs
if you
are,
crack
Tony.
open a cockroach.
No, not exactly, because the cockroach meat doesn't have the same texture or consistency. Because it's not in the ocean the whole time, self-seasoning itself. I mean, come on, dude. That's perfect.
I have those muscly butts.
Oh yeah, there's
Fish
another
and
thing.
creamy
Mussels.
hamstrings.
Mussels or fucking
I won't do mussels.
sardines, anchovies, or what's that snot that you get out of the clam?
Not mussels, but oysters. Oysters.
Yeah, disgusting.
Yeah, I won't
It's
do
all
those.
disgusting. Oh, it's so good because it comes from the ocean. Caviar,
No.
like it's all disgusting. It's all rancid shit.
Yep, I won't. I
Okay,
won't do,
actually, this is a
I
fascinating
won't do
thing.
a lot of seafood.
China
There you
has
go.
actually set up a caviar industry in which like caviar prices have just plummeted over the past 5 years to the point where like when I go to a sushi place, I've taken my daughter to a couple of nice sushi places. There's actually a really good one in Lincoln called Ginger. Check it out. The people there might even have a soul despite the name.
Sushi's amazing.
But it had like sturgeon caviar on it. And I was like, wait a minute, I didn't pay for like, oh shit, it just came with it because the prices come down so much. China's made an actual industry of it. Now the fishers of wild caviar are saying, fuck this is awful, it's the worst thing. But you know, at the end of the day, fuck it. Now we all get to try caviar. And you want to know what it tastes like? Fuck. Caviar, for those who don't know, tastes like salt.
Oh,
like salt. Chicken. Are we grooving out now? What are we grooving out to?
I
have
just
no
wanted to
idea
throw
what the
you
fuck's
off.
going on.
I really just wanted to throw you.
All right, let's wrap this bad boy up.
Yes.
We doing
guys, I
post-show,
was just getting
fellas?
started.
We
Yeah.
know.
All right. Well, folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us here at Big Buckin' Empire, episode 189. To quote Cactus Jack, bang, 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 bang. And folks, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. I hope all of you make it back here to Big Buckin' Empire. Happy, healthy, much the wiser. And folks, I hope you join me and Tony G this Sunday night for Hazard Analysis, where we get into all the topics of the day that we didn't get covered here at Big Buckin' Empire. Also, find
We
me,
covered a lot here
KOE.
today because
Yeah,
it
we
was so late.
Oh, I was about to say, I mean, the minute I showed up, we covered everything. But folks, find me at KOE Nation on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter, and soon KOE Nation on Rumble, folks. Yes, Rumble. So, folks, God bless every last one of you. God bless America, and God bless anybody that puts good old-fashioned cow's milk butter on your lobster, on your asparagus, and on your sweet corn. Reject the lie that is almond milk, folks.
Yeah, almond milk.
Embrace the truth.
But lobster ass is delicious.
I'll take a lobster over almond milk every day of the week.
Tongue fuck a lobster anus on my palate. So much better.
Enjoy your almond.
Than
cum.
a nut from a tree.
Yeah, you're taking that almond nut right to your face, T. Tony Chicken,
so much better.
Take it away.
All that being said, appreciate you all for tuning in tonight. It was a fun show. We got through a lot of stuff. We'll see you all next week. Hopefully, maybe we'll do a live show. Maybe it'll be pre-recorded. We'll let you know as we approach it. But as always, appreciate you. Love you. Bye, Tony. Take it away.
Ah, yes. Another resounding, amazing, elaborate, just exquisite, perfect, badass broadcast from the Dog and Chicken Show, the Big Buckin' Empire. Hit all the like, share, subscribe. Linktree/Big Buckin'. That's where you need to be for the Dog and Chicken Show, for Hazard Analysis, for the KOE Nation, for the Big Buckin' Empire, for just all of the denizens. It's just amazing. And tonight we really hit the hard-hitting issues, especially, the Cuttlefish of Cthulhu. There it is one more time if you missed it, just in case. I'd hate to deprive anybody. Wanted you to see it one more time. But we thank you for joining us. It was so much fun. We got through so many fun stories. And again, we hit probably one of the most important topics that we could be talking about heading in to 2024. And here it is one more time, folks. In 2024, vote extreme forevermore, as you know you should. It's the way it has to be, folks. See you next time. Here you go.
This land, and because this land is so glorious, it needs a new president to match that glory, and that person is Phil KOE. Yes, Phil KOE in 2024. A man who truly loves America, a man who loves this nation and the people in it. Phil KOE, the true alternative in 2024. The man you all need, a man of the nation, a man of the country, a man of the people, a man of nature, a man who is going to point us to a brighter tomorrow. Yes, Phil KOE. He is a man of decisive action. Phil KOE. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is for America. I'm going to do that for you in Washington, D.C. Whatever that is, you're going to get a lot of that. Yes, folks, Phil KOE, a man who will make sure to dot the I's and cross the T's of American government. Phil KOE, he will make sure to preserve your freedoms to work on go-karts on the weekend or whatever you call fun in this glorious nation. That's why you need to consider Phil KOE. And that, folks, is why I am asking for your vote in 2024, folks, because I, your King of Extreme, Phil KOE, have officially announced my candidacy for the presidency of the United States of America. Beautiful, beautiful flag. Old Glory is coming with me, folks, and we're going all the way to Washington, D.C. If you're tired of business as usual in D.C., do the right thing. In 2024, vote extreme. Phil KOE, the choice for you, the choice for me, the choice for everyone within all sundry. Folks, God bless every last one of you, and we're taking this all the way to Washington, D.C. in 2024. Vote Phil KOE to fix D.C. Yes, folks, it's going to happen. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be glorious. You're going to join me, the Cabinet of Extreme. Our inauguration party is going to make the Jackson inauguration party look like a debutante ball, folks. It's going to be amazing. Old Glory's coming with me. What else do we need? God bless all of you beautiful people. Travel well, and in 2024, vote Phil KOE.
And see if it just smooths itself out.
Back, tell you what I'll do if I ever get back. I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost. We gotta take it down. Let you down slow. It's hard to survive.